the same.
Hi, everybody.
Waffle.
They don't all taste the same.
Gummy bears don't have different flavors.
Waffle good.
They all taste like the same
True
chemical.
neutral. Like I'm trying to
Chaotic good.
chaotic
Very
good.
good.
Hi,
Chaotic
everyone. We got
Hi.
new snacks that are more chewy.
Friendly.
We have gummy bears.
More stream-friendly snacks. And so now everybody is organizing them as
We're gonna have diabetes.
yes, because they're all sugared. Yeah, so welcome back to the NAT30s stream. We are the NAT30s. Please let us know how the audio is. That we, always have issues with audio. All of those redemptions you may or may not hear because I have them coming through our speaker, but I hear them, so don't worry. Okay, audio is good. Good. So, a couple of announcements. We have our Patreon. It has 4 tiers. Thank you to all of our patrons. You get your name up on the stream, every single stream that we do. And thank you for making this happen. Our backdrops, our upgrades, where now we have cameras that I don't have to move out every single time we finish, and a mic that stays up as well. It's the little things that make my life easier. So thank you to our patrons. An automatic entry into each month's giveaway.
We really are just children. And you are totally the teacher because you were just silent for a minute, like,
No, like
no, wait.
Is that poop? Is she laughing because it looks like
No.
a poop on there?
That was the post-stream conversation.
So patrons get an automatic entry into every month's giveaway. Our monthly giveaway is a beautiful, wonderful set of dice created, handmade by our friends at Almost Critical. I'll throw that into the chat as well using my phone.
They are awesome.
Yeah, right?
I just bought some custom dice, and they are awesome. Thank you.
They are beautiful. I will
They are
show you
absolutely beautiful. Used them yesterday.
a couple of different sets that I have. Let me see if that works. Nope. And yes, beautiful dice.
And what is December's dice called?
December's dice, I have no idea what they are called.
They are called Peppermint Maze.
Peppermint Maze.
Yeah.
They are.
I like that.
I think they're actually underneath me every once in a while. You will see they are holiday themed. I believe they are. So they're white. So they almost look like peppermint bark, kind of like they have a little bit of a sheen to them. And then they are green, except for the highest number is red. So the numbers are inked green and red, and they look
That's a cool idea.
fantastic.
Like
They're
that.
awesome. So enter as many times as you would like. Do that using your channel points, engaging in Discord, and or becoming a patron. Merch. Sales throughout the rest of the month. So please.
The sales on TeePublic end the week before Christmas, like that Monday. The week of Christmas. I don't know the date, but
I think it's the 20th.
so yeah. So either the 19th or the 20th is like the last day of the all month long of sales, and like thanks to all of you because we've been rolling in merchandise sales the last couple of weeks. So if you have been some of the people that have bought some of the stuff on TeePublic, then when it arrives, like take a picture, tag us, then and we'll have some fun with that because that's cool. I think somebody got somebody got a NAT30s hoodie. It's like
nice.
I've been like,
That's awesome.
I'm like, none of us have a NAT30s hoodie. I'm like, I want a NAT30s hoodie. and I think
can get stuff at cost, by the way. Just saying.
yeah.
So if
I
anybody
think I think someone also ordered like a Satanic Panic long sleeve.
Hey,
which,
is it My Stritch? Got a couple of masks.
Oh right,
or
yeah.
Mistrich.
That's
Maybe
one of the
it's
things too.
Mistrich?
It's not like
They're
a bunch of masks.
Mistrich.
local, right?
Yeah, they're in
Am I
a
not
Mistrich.
supposed to say that?
That's right.
Hey, to our latest local person. I think it's
Who
Miss
lives
Rich.
in this town?
Miss
You
Rich.
could be here right
Yeah.
now.
Found him on a different Discord.
Just pilfering other discords. See, I'm gonna mix it.
All right, so merch, Patreon.
I don't know if we have any sticker sales. Like we haven't really been pushing our stickers on.
No,
Etsy,
wait. I
but-
did a patron sticker sale. So if you're a patron, you can also get some discounts sometimes. When I remember that we have a store that does stickers. So.
Did we get a worm out of
Yes,
where?
40 bits. Thank you, Miss Rich. That means that the Bums of Greenest get 40 gold to
Alright.
split in your pot. Whoever's
What
keeping
was
track
that?
of that, you got 40 gold.
Thank you.
Yeah, a couple of things that we do. Twitch subs are inspiration. Again, you'll see that below me. Another thing that we do is all bits are converted to gold to the Bums of Greenest, which I add on. Usually I add it to like the loot channel on our Discord that you guys can't see. And yeah, you can do stickers to allow people to have rerolls. There's a lot of ways that you can interact. I try not to like bombard you with all of them, but they're available to hang out. And then there's also channel points which are free, and you can help in various ways and give magic stuff and whatnot.
Can we take a moment and appreciate that Annie has essentially blended together the chicken taco burrito dinner into a cup?
And then I put the tortillas in there so I didn't have to crunch.
Nice.
See what I'm saying?
I'm like, look at that.
Thoughtful,
I'm like,
thoughtful, guys.
like that is
thoughtful.
impressive. Like,
Give that girl a straw.
I kind of want to drink it.
That's my chicken smoothie.
It's actually chicken.
Delicious.
That would, if a
You're
chicken
gonna say
smoothie
chicken
tasted like that,
no.
that'd be, yeah, dude. You telling me you would not drink that?
I would not, because half
I would not.
of it is the texture, not the
It's not really
I don't
drinkable,
remember
but
what
it's
the next announcement
Drinkable
is.
meats.
Patreon giveaway. Oh, B&D. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, BD&D is our lovely sponsor. They've been sponsoring us for about a year now, and I'm going to open up our BD&D giveaway. So, as you can see up at the top, even though it was not turned on yet, sorry everybody, I have my computer over here now, so I'm not looking at you. I apologize.
Ian wants-
It's much easier.
Wants Lenny to do D4 damage to you.
Ian, to me, personally?
Oh my
I don't
god.
think that's possible.
I thought it was going to be a comment on my drinkable meats idea.
She's not real. She can't hurt me.
Drinkable meats.
Drinkable meats. That's a new market. We got to
It really is.
I reckon Ernost's drinkable meats.
Yes,
jumped
totally.
Don't let life get in the way of a good stew.
So enter into
And
the
drinkable meats.
Yep.
D&D giveaway by
Sorry, guys.
typing hashtag BEADD, and we will do the giveaway at our break, which typically happens about like 6 o'clock or so. Sometime between 6 and
It's going to
6:30.
be messy.
All right. If audio is good, please let me know if you hear anything weird or whatever. We work on it, little improvements every stream. We are not professionals. We are doing this in my garage that has no heat. And I think that's it. I think we're good.
Ready to roll the beautiful bean
All right.
footage.
I'm going to roll our intro, and then we are going to get started. So, we're going to let that happen first.
That really is the perfect music for us right now. We're in such a goofy fucking mood.
I think we talked about that like a long time ago.
Nice! Grooming cure.
What the fuck are they
It's a
doing?
camera run.
All right. So, when we last left the Bums of Greenest, you would fast travel to Neverwinter via the teleportation
Put in these
circle
gummy bears.
available in Waterdeep. What?
Wanna get high?
We're being bad players right now, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we're being bad players. I apologize. You worked so hard
being
for
so
this.
rude.
And we're just eating gummy bears and be stupid.
This is what next week is for.
That's right.
This travel was secured for you thanks to your association with the Harpers, currently represented by Ramalia Haventree, recent widow of a masked lord of Waterdeep who was publicly assassinated by the Cult of the Dragon. Your next task is to travel to the Spine of the North in search of a missing sorcerer by the name of Macath the Crimson, who had gone missing 3 years ago doing research into the Dracorn and dragons for the Arcane Brotherhood. But first, you find yourself in an area of interest to Avadon, who has had glimpses of some important individuals she has yet to meet. We rejoin you in the Iron Flagon Inn, in the Protector's Enclave district known for its specialty of poisoned serpent ale, getting some early lunch and a drink amongst noisy patrons. I will now like it.
We are the noisy patrons.
Yeah, right?
So as you all sit there within this Iron Flagon Inn, again, you had approached it. It appeared to be like this repurposed mansion that had, it was quite busy. You also remember that this is the Winter Festival across the Sword Coast, and today would be day 2 of the festival, I believe. Day 3. 2 or 3.
Of course, Sam knows.
So you didn't you leave the next day? I thought you left the next
No,
day.
we
Oh, you left
waited
the day
for
after.
Remy
Right. Waited
to
for
come
Remy.
in the afternoon the next day.
Was the
Thank
attack
God
wasn't
for
on the
you.
first day of the
It
festival?
was.
It was? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So you do know as you came into Neverwinter, you know, it's very festive. It is warmer here, though. That's one thing that you all noticed when you stepped out of the temple. Warmer in that it's kind of like 50s, 60s, like high 50s, where in Baldur's Gate and in Waterdeep it was closer to 30s and 20s. It's cold. But not in Neverwinter. And still, you do see people bundled up. It's like being in Hawaii and seeing people putting like gloves on when it's 70 degrees, because normally it's like 90. So you see people all around, still dressed for winter, but it's fairly warm compared to what you're used to.
We're gonna look like the New Englanders that go to Florida
Yeah,
in like January. And we're just like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Tank top.
you're wearing shorts, and
Everyone else is
everyone's
like,
like,
oh, jeez.
yeah. So you know this inn again, very kind of full of artistry. That's very kind of tacky a little bit. The tables all have legs that are carved to look like various animals and whatnot. And you did see the proprietor, an elven woman with these pink braids that go over her shoulder, over at the bar. You went and sat down, and we rejoin you as you sit waiting for your meals and ale.
I just have to read this from Ian. I'll read it for Zan. I don't know if you have your thing up. I don't trust the Harpers. Geopolitical manipulative scum. They're the Illuminati.
Ooh, Zan's in the Illuminati?
We were just waiting like a day before we go to the boat, right? Like, we don't have much time.
You
or-
sat down, you made your way to the Iron Flagon Inn at Avadon's request. When you arrived at the Hall of Knowledge, Avadon asked that you stay for a little bit because she has some business that she wants to attend to. Your original plan had been to go straight to the boat, the
Right.
Frost
I didn't
Skimmer.
remember if there was like a schedule to the boat or if it was at like our beck and call.
Yeah, it's waiting for you whenever.
Wait
you're
till
ready.
we're damn well good.
Yeah, it can't leave without you.
Okay,
You're
so,
the ones
alright.
who have to go do your tasks. So we rejoin you.
All right, lass. What is this business?
Well, the reason I wanted to stay.
Oh, ready.
A fight? Why is it everywhere we go? A fight ensues. By the gods!
You actually hear that scream seems to have come from outside. You're not really sure. I mean, there's a festival going on, so people stop and look, but then everyone's like, nah.
Somebody was just stabbed in an alleyway.
Yeah. My purse! My purse!
Spider-Man get it.
Chain purse.
Coin purse.
Resurrect the old meme.
Oh God.
Maybe she wasn't
Well,
here
No, I wasn't.
It was really good.
It's a euphemism for the vagine.
Yeah, we were arguing.
You
You could put anything in there.
You really can.
That was the most.
It's nature's
It's
pocket.
nature's
That was, that was the most unearned, not like laugh. That was so genuine.
that. I wasn't expecting that.
So is it like the bag of holding? Mary Poppins magic carpet bag? You just whatever you need.
Imagine
my
it just like
God.
weaved out a bunch of gems.
Oh my.
That's, is that canon now? Is
Listen,
that
might be
Avadon's?
that's gonna be a
You have to edit that.
Oh.
hacked.
There's no editing when it's live.
No.
Is that an
Can we
attack?
edit that?
Can that be like a godly boon? Like every time you queef, there'll be diamond dust all around
Oh my God.
you.
Instead of-
That's my real life.
Instead of a pants.
I don't know what this is, but the child has something to say.
Indeed.
She can shoot a ping pong ball across this place.
I don't know what that is. You'll have to show later. But first, we have business to attend.
She held up the orb. That was perfect. Where do you think I keep
Oh God. Pulls it out of her pocket.
It came from the
Nature
chain.
fuck.
The chat's probably like, what
So
the
Avadon, as you're sitting there, Erdot seems more interested in you than he has ever seemed
He knows the party tricks now.
in all your months of traveling. He's actually interested in some of your backstory. If you would like to continue.
Well, so I was adopted.
It's a hell of a way to start a story.
I don't understand why that's so funny.
So I was adopted, and I know that my birth parents are here. They're in this city, and I want to find them and meet them. What was the thingy that we did? The fortune teller. When we
Witch.
chatted with her early on, she said a family bond in the Jewel of the North. She told me to come here to find them. This is where I could find them.
How do you know they're here, though? Can't
Well-
trust a witch.
No, I can't. But it's a gut thing. I know that they're here, and I've had this orb. I mean,
Wasn't that crushed by the dragon woman?
she gave me one initially, and yes, she did crush it because she was pissed. But while I was away with Bob, there was another. He gave it to me when we were in the mirror, before he went to the other realm.
Bob gave you this.
Showed it to me where it was, there.
Huh.
And it's the same visions, the same family. A father, a mother,
Did,
2 little blonde kids.
how do we find them?
Sisters.
Do they look like you?
I'm pretty sure, no. Nothing like me.
I don't.
Well, then how are they your birth parents? They don't look like you.
It's in the tiefling bloodline. We don't, it doesn't, it just shows up.
I don't mean to bring up a sensitive subject, Avadon, but are you afraid? What happens? I'm worried about your feelings. What if they aren't? I'm trying to phrase this so it doesn't hurt Avadon's feelings. They gave you up. You were adopted. Have you given any consideration as to if they didn't want to know who you were? I just don't want to see you get hurt if they reject you.
I I mean, it might be the case, but I have to at least know why.
Aye,
Sounds what you mean?
Do you know-
family is important. Whether it's a good answer or a bad answer, you have an answer.
do you-
We'll find these people.
What do you know about them? Do you know their names or?
I do not. I can check again. Maybe I can have a clue as to where they are right now. Hold on, let me look.
How? before you begin, Avadon, how does it work? Before you tickle your ball.
She needs a feather.
I know, she's like, she gives it the squid.
Oh my god.
How does the orb work?
Well, I'm the only one that can see the vision inside, unfortunately. But it just appears. I just take a good close look and it knows to show me my parents.
Is that the only thing it will show you? Or can you ask it to show you other things?
Only that.
Only appearance.
How do you know it's them? What if it's some other family?
We're just
It
stalking,
can't be. I know it's them.
stalking random folk.
I mean,
I just can feel it. There's
feel it.
two 10-year-old girls, little blonde sisters, or about 10. And I recognize the woman's face as familiar. And one of the times I saw her, she was wearing a white silver pendant around her neck. And they're loaded.
They're rich.
Rich. And they live in this area.
Maybe if you do look for them again, you can find some sort of
Mon-
identifying mark or monument. That will give you a clue.
How did you come by? How did your adopted father come by you? He never told you.
Perhaps if you have a description of them, if they're wealthy, what the staff here or another establishment may know them.
That's a great idea.
We could even split up and ask around. Maybe.
Not a good idea.
No?
Being targets, best to remain together.
Fair point.
Well, let me take a look and maybe I can find where they are.
Does anything happen when you this happen? Any flashes of light or anything?
No, nothing that will draw attention.
Gotcha.
Is the food here yet?
It's not.
It was such an earnest question.
Right?
Is there any food?
Can
I'm
Zane
a
take a look around, see if
Picture the
anyone
waitress
is
walking by,
watching
you're in the
them
middle of a
or...
conversation. Oh,
Or no, it's like to take a
Ready?
look
My
around
mistake.
too.
All right, make perception checks. Avadon, are you looking at the orb?
Not
Yes,
doesn't
now.
notice anything.
Woof.
At all.
Get those rolls out of the way.
Looking around, I mean, you're in it's fairly busy. People are coming in and out. Nobody seems to be looking at you. I mean, some people are looking over because you guys are like overly dressed. You've taken some things off. You've got all your weaponry on you. Like you've called attention to yourselves as you walk through the streets and all of that. Passing by vendors and whatnot, but nobody seems to be like eyeing you or anything like that. Avadon, as you take the little orb in your hand, kind of look into it, that glitter storm begins to take form inside of it, and you get that very clear vision of the woman, the human woman. She appears to be actually outside at the moment. As mentioned before, you get a very clear picture of what she is doing, but the surroundings are a little bit more blurred. It's like you're about 10 feet away and you can see her very well, and then things start to
Just looking through the
fade
window of
out.
the tavern.
That bitch I gave up. Why she here? Shit.
That devil, baby!
She is sitting.
Sorry.
She's actually kind of like kneeling outside, and she is dressed up in her. It's not the same outfit that you saw when you looked the day before, the night before. It's more of a kind of casual cloak that is tied around little knot or bow, kind of right at the neck. And she appears to kind of be pruning and taking care of these flowers. bright red flowers that are out in her. She appears to be at a residence and is taking care of some flowers. And it's a very, like, as you watch it for the 10 minutes, just a very casual, not any kind of rush to it, like little clippings here, wearing these very, very tight gloves, like she's just kind of humming to herself and taking care of these bright flowers. And you can see that they are kind of all around her wherever she is.
Zoom out and look for a street sign.
And for the 10 minutes, I don't know how long you sit there actually looking at this thing, but you have the 10 minutes if you want. But
We're
nothing
all just
really,
kinda like,
nothing really changes.
Can we talk to her as she does this?
Yeah.
Does,
And as she's looking at this, actually, the server, barmaid, who took your order, comes and brings you your food and drink.
Can I see any colors or anything, like the buildings around or a fence? Like,
The only thing that you can see behind her, you're looking at her kind of from the front, and behind her you can see a building that it appears to be made of wood and stone. But because it gets blurry after a certain distance, it's really difficult to see. She does appear to be comfortable, and if she is a person who has money, then it is unlikely that, for example, she's at a job site doing landscaping for somebody. Like, whatever she's doing, it's for herself. And although you don't get a very clear picture of the flowers that she is taking care of, she is taking meticulous care of these flowers.
I will tell the group what I saw. Did we see any flowers coming in? Like, it's winter, right?
It's
but it's kind of
winter,
warm.
But it's never winter. So.
I see what you did there.
Well.
what kind of flowers were they? I'm assuming that you told us.
Yeah.
Can you tell what type of flowers they were?
Red.
I mean, you have a connection to nature.
Red flowers, Micaiah.
Well, I need
They're
a little
red.
bit more than red. What was the size?
Roses.
They were
perhaps?
big.
Were they in a bush? Were they in a... How were they grown?
That's what more they had.
I am looking up red flowers right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Actually, I thought I had a flower that it was very specifically written down somewhere, but
Chrysanthemums.
Right?
you know what? We're gonna go with they are poppies. You know that they're poppies. It's a very popular
They're poppies.
flower.
They're poppies. Growing here in a garden.
Isn't that what they make heroin out of? Your mom's a drug lord.
I mean, maybe that's why they're so great. So much more. I mean, what color was the fence?
There's no fence. It's the wooden stone
wooden
building. Yeah, behind.
Maybe we can ask around to see if there's any affluent families that enjoy taking care of red poppies.
Avadon, make an intelligence.
Just try to help Avadon, well, Lauren, trying to help Lauren.
Make an intelligence check for me.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's a terrible idea. It's 3.
3. Okay. Yeah, as you're sitting there trying to like rack your brain.
She's like, dumb!
I'm
Let me be dumb.
pretty sure she has the highest intelligence score of anyone in the group.
I was gonna say,
Really?
Just saying. I only have a 12.
Oh, I have a 13.
All right. So so as you guys sit there eating your food,
Hypothetically.
drinking your ale, you see a lot of people coming in and out. You're all just quietly, eating, trying to think.
it's on the menu, DM.
Let's see. Today, I think I said potatoes. There's potatoes and meat of some kind. It looks to be like a red meat, very like pounded really thin. and then an egg on top.
You should try that.
Portuguese
That actually
style.
sounds good.
Yeah, it's Portuguese style food, although they don't know that that's what it is.
Caray.
A little bit of rice
Ay, fazoosh.
on the side, and some watered down ale for sure.
Breakfast ale.
And the barmaid at one point comes over and is like, "Hey, so anybody want to try our specialty? Anyone brave enough to try the poison serpent ale we have? I know you're drinking just the regular stuff, but that's what we're known for."
Oh, then bring it.
I'll try.
No, thank you.
Also,
Are you sure? All right, just two then. What about you?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Is it human ale?
No, actually, quite an interesting story. This one comes from, well, we believe anyway, a Yuan Ti tribe. This is what we hear. Special.
I'm even more intrigued now.
I'll get two of them right away. She heads off.
Avadon, maybe you can ask her. Don't flirt with her. Ask her if she knows anybody who has red poppies.
That's a good idea.
Pat, do we have any powdered silver in the bag of holding?
I do not believe.
Is this another queef joke?
Yeah, candy.
Silver glitter.
We don't have much in terms of components in the bag.
I don't believe that you do.
Yeah.
25 gold worth of powdered silver, and I can do something to help your rolls.
Can you just get him to crush
Yeah,
it?
just crush some.
Is that how that works? Can that be
You
done?
cannot
No.
you have to have the tools available to crush the silver. Like,
If we
to
were,
get
I was gonna
powdered
say, if we
silver.
were back at the manor, I could have the forge.
I mean, you're in a city. There are forges, there are smithies, and whatnot. You can get stuff. A few moments later, you see the barmaid go over and speak to the head of this place, that elf Lyrana, and then the barmaid comes back over, puts it down in front of you. She's like, 1 silver each.
And Avadon's reach across and just like. What's that, to Avadon?
Do you like flowers? Pardon me. Do you like flowers?
Yeah, who doesn't like flowers?
Do you like poppy flowers?
I mean, they're nice. Yeah.
Do you know anybody that grows them?
Irica's just like.
Well, there's Bernadette's florist shop down the road. I mean, she's got probably the best flowers in the Protector's Enclave.
Are there a lot of people around here, or individuals who have gardens or like to garden?
Yeah, I mean, in this area, when you got money, you gotta find something to do. And yeah, the Protector's Enclave. You guys aren't from here, huh? Where are you coming from?
All over the place. Here's your silver.
He takes it. He's like, all right, thanks. Okay. Well, if you need me, I'm around. If you have any, questions, Lyrana is actually better at. She's been around here longer.
I'm gonna jump up out of my chair and kind of like push her out of the way
She's like,
and go
all right.
to that lady.
And she.
Sorry about our friend. She really likes red poppies.
And she was just gonna
And I
go
was
take
like,
care.
got any more than poppies?
So you head up to the.
She's a her. Now you're a smackhead. Look how that turned out. First, now we're on a mission just to get you poppies. Just,
Who'd have thought?
sorry. I
Uh,
injected in my horns. Gets me a rush.
So you head up to the front counter there, and you see the elven woman that you know to be Lyrana Delmont standing there, and she gives you a big smile as you come over. She's like, "How can I help you?"
Poppies, flowers.
Yeah, we don't sell those here. This
No.
is an inn. This is a tavern. If you'd like some ale or some food or a place to stay, I got you there.
I'm looking for someone. Someone
Okay.
who loves to grow plants and loves to grow flowers, and she's got 2 kids.
Okay.
What color is her hair? Yellow? Huh? She's
Um,
blonde. She's a babe.
Well, that human.
Yes,
let's see.
human. And
Human.
she's married.
A married human with 2 kids.
Yep, yes.
With blonde hair.
And she gardens.
Who gardens. All right.
Do you ringing any bells or?
I mean, I know several people who could fit into that description. Do you have anything else? I mean, any. Where are you from? You from here? You from Neverwinter?
We're at the table still as we're watching. We can't hear what she's saying. I'm assuming.
It's
I'm
pretty
just
busy, yeah.
I hope she's not giving up too much information.
I hope she's not just trying to get laid.
She's here for a purpose. I'm sure she's staying on task.
She can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Anything else? Anything else you got for me? I mean, you don't know a name. You don't know a last name, a first name.
We don't hear any of this. We're too far away.
I don't know anything.
You don't get like a
If you
corner
want
table or something.
to hear it, you can. You
I
know,
was gonna
not
say
from
because-
where you're sitting, most likely. Yeah, it's pretty busy and loud.
Our just gonna be
You
like,
can see her body language where she's going like.
because you
got
described it
anything?
to us, right? You described
Yeah.
what she looked like.
Yes.
Arc's gonna be like, if how is this position? Can you see me? Is she nice?
If you're
I kind of assumed I was like.
Facing away.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Well, if you start making, the woman is like, one of your friends. I think one of your friends trying to help you out here.
Arc's like,
Oh!
he's like,
And
it's like, what is it? Picture, like not picture charades.
And she wears a heart pendant. And big house. Very fancy sometimes.
A heart pendant.
Still behind you.
Avadon's kind of like twitchy. Like,
Yeah, I can't say that. You got nothing else. I mean, I see a lot of people here.
I don't have anything else.
Make another intelligence check for me.
I know.
You can just look at ye old phone book.
That's not a bad one. That's 20.
Nice.
All right.
When it
Good.
comes down to the roll.
I mean, this might have had to have waited for a little bit, but good. The 20 is good. I can give you this. As you're sitting there thinking, and she's like, you got nothing? A last name? Nothing? You think to the poem that says a family bond in the jewel of the north. And you think about those paintings that you have seen that were signed by somebody last name Bond.
It's Bond. It's Bond. It's Bond.
And it hits you like Bond. And Lyrana's like, oh, the Bonds, yes, I know them. Yeah, actually, if you they're pretty famous painters from Neverwinter. There's Rosarel and Izem. And yeah, they're just kind of up the road. If you leave here and you take a left, and then just before the gate, if you take a right, you'll go all the way down that road until the very end there. The house at the end of the road there. Yeah, we know them pretty well here. They both paint, and you wouldn't think it would be enough to be as rich as they turned out to be. But I mean, no offense to their art, it's beautiful. But you know. Yeah, they got 2 kids.
She's taken off.
Okay. She's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
All
running
right, well,
past us or running back to us? Did you just like
Sure.
Sonic the Hedgehog
You're welcome.
past us?
anytime. Yep.
Avadon will push through and to the table and just, it's the Bonds. We have to go. I have to go. We have to go.
We're
And then-
eating!
So, well,
Wait.
she's just gonna go. But she will have told them.
Zen will do that like he's like
Yeah.
spooning
Oh my
like
God.
one last
Ark is
spoon
actually gonna-
as he's gonna try and like keep up.
I was gonna leave like 2 silvers and just take the whole plate. And he's walking out with a full plate, eating as he goes.
Did the ale come yet?
It was on its way. You actually see no, I think she brought it over to you guys.
I wasn't. I know you said
think
the
she
food.
did.
I wasn't
No,
sure.
she brought it over.
Oh, this would have probably happened while she was talking.
Yeah, she brought it over to you guys, the poison serpent ale.
Oh.
You need to take a sip? Both of you take a sip of it?
Well, he's gonna chug it since we have to run now.
Oh, make a
Reminds me of that time
Constitution
I-
saving throw for me, and
While
you
we're
make one as
eating the
well.
ground round, we're very calm.
And actually, yours, Micaiah, is at disadvantage.
20.
13.
All right, roll a d4 for me. Avadon, Erdnot, you chug this thing, and you're like, it's almost like, it takes a second. Okay. It takes a second, but it hits you like right away. You're like, and you feel your head swimming for a moment. You get like an instant like tipsy, drunk kind of feeling that just kind of then wanes down to this, a very like warm, tipsy feeling. And you're like, it kind of tastes very spicy, and there's this very, very light bitter taste at the end of it, and it's a strange kind of light green color. And people who are watching are like really impressed with how you take it. You
He's just
also
like, whoa!
feel that.
Doesn't taste great, but it feels good.
But you are like, that feeling of it like hitting you like a ton of bricks, and then it wanes down, and then it ramps right back up, and you are drunk for an hour and poisoned.
Oh.
Poisoned
I
as
just
in.
want to say thank you to my plus 11 constitution.
Damn.
So you like get up and you're like, whew, you're not like fall over drunk. You're just that like that level above tipsy where you're feeling nice. You got a good
Feel
buzz.
fucking nice.
You got a buzz going.
Doesn't need to be carried, right?
No.
Does
Not
she
that
need to
way.
be guided?
We're gonna go meet our
No,
friend's
she's-
parents
she's
all
drunk,
hammered.
though. Yeah, you feel good. You're not like crazy. You just feel good.
Why
you
don't
are
you
slower
give up
than
my
you would
friend?
normally
She's
be.
wonderful. Just passes out.
So you guys get up and follow Avadon. Where are you going, Avadon?
I'm going right. I'm going to the house.
I'm going right.
Or not tossing the copper on the table as a tip?
Okay.
Not
Alright.
tipping a silver.
I didn't.
The silver was the cost of the drink. You don't.
I'm taking all the silverware. I'm taking a whole set with
He's
me as I eat through the.
just walking
shrimps.
away like the Grinch.
Yeah, exactly. Not even a slice of roast beast will be left.
The last crumb on the table, he's like,
So you all head out.
Do I get to add a plate and all this stuff to my inventory later?
Yeah, come on.
I actually will, because I don't know when that's gonna, that's gonna come in
Never know.
handy when
You
we
never
eventually
know.
fight Tiamat. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna stab her in the eye with
he
it.
throws the plate like a frisbee. It's like, and it goes right down her gullet. She's like,
Roll the net 30 for that.
yeah, but it goes right down the middle and clogs like the tube at the bottom where all 5 heads breathe out of. So,
So you head out of the Iron Flag and Inn. Where are you headed?
Was it left?
Yes,
Left,
left out
right.
of the inn. So you start going down the street. It's very busy. Lots of people walking through. You can see all the merchants set up and down the road. It is daytime, so it is a nice busy day.
where are we going? What did you find out?
Can I hear him? Or am I running too fast?
You can probably hear Erdnot, yeah.
From 3 blocks over.
They're over here! Come on!
Wait, who's over there?
Oh no!
What are you talking about? I was trying to eat in there.
Mickey! It's my parents! They're
Your
here!
parents?
Yes, they're right down the road!
Where? They're here?
Yes.
They're here in the pub?
No.
We're not in
We're
the
not
pub.
in the pub anymore.
I know, but are they back there? I think I'm in the pub.
She's throwing up in the
We need to buy
alleyway.
some
Are they
smelling
back in the
salts.
pub?
Right?
I was gonna eat some more food.
Come on!
Arka's
Run,
gonna
run, run.
pick her up. Just like usual, whenever she gets hammered, just run along with
Out to
Avadon.
the
Like, we
streets,
got
people
her.
kind of looking over, but then also some people just nodding, like, "Yep, it's the festival. It's Winterfest." You see people drinking their
I'm
cider.
feeling good. And then she's just getting pulled along.
I feel like I'm flying, guys. I'm not even on the ground.
Don't throw up
You
on
gotta
me.
try this stuff. It makes you feel like you're floating.
Don't puke puke on my gear.
Puke! I'm not gonna puke. I feel the best I ever felt.
Or not, you've got that good tipsy feeling going. So you head down the road. Zan, as you guys are hustling, like trying to follow Avadon, who seems like she knows where she's going, even though you guys have never been in this city before. You do see off, as you're approaching this gate, that is a gate that leads out of Neverwinter to the south.
So we're leaving the city, the city?
No, you're approaching the gate, but you're gonna veer.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna veer off before the gate. You see set up over just on the inside and to the left as you guys are kind of turning, a familiar looking tent. Purple with like gold and
How you doing, stranger?
purple with like gold little accents and stuff hanging off of it, and a little sign that has like that eyeball that kind of has the lashes that stick straight up, that you recognize from your time in El Terrell.
This is Desmarella, the fortune teller?
Maybe.
The witch.
The name is not on it, but the tent looks very familiar.
'Cause they're all going. Zan's just gonna walk off to the side.
All right.
boy.
Are you trying to be stealthy or no?
No, he is just like kind of more like this can't be the same one as before.
All right. So you head off. What's everybody's passive here?
Mine's only
Oh
10.
no, yeah, Daniel's not with you guys, so nope.
I said, no. I'd be too
My
preoccupied
passive's
with
Yeah.
Oh.
carrying
So
her, trying to
you head
fucking catch up to
over
speedy
to
little
the
Avadon.
tent, and Avadon continues on. Avadon, you take your right, following the instructions given by Lyrana, and you make your way through the streets. It's just a straight shot, and actually, as you're not even going that far, you can see at the very end of this road a 2-story building that, as you get closer and you approach, you see a large 2-story manor with this beautifully maintained exterior of wood and stone masonry. The shrubbery and flowering flora outside is perfectly manicured. And there's a walkway of slate that leads up to these front double doors, and there are people walking all around. But yeah, as you approach this mansion,
Do we see red poppy flowers?
you do not. Where you are.
What are you doing?
I was gonna be like, Avadon! Avadon, wait up! Wait up for us!
It's gated. Is it gated?
There's a gate. Or it's actually not a gate. It's like a stone wall with an opening that leads up to the front.
Is it a tall wall? Tall
No,
wall?
it's not tall.
Tall.
Like maybe
wall.
like hip.
Okay, so you
height.
can see past it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just for the little ones.
Well, I'll have her to Eric, and I'll like kind of shuffle over to them, and I'll say, I want to go try and see if they'll answer the door. I want to go see. I want to sneak around the back.
Maybe we shouldn't sneak.
I just want to make sure it's them.
But I. No offense, Avadon.
You can put me down now. We're
I'm actually
still-
gonna turn like this so you can talk to her. Has it been long enough where she feels
It's only been about I'd say 5 minutes. But I mean,
Oh, geez,
you know,
okay.
It's
I thought
like
this
driving
was-
with the windshield.
It feels
down.
like
I thought this was a lot longer of a
with
walk.
how she was going, I guess
Okay.
no, maybe it's been no more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's
He'll-
not
oh,
that
no.
far. But
I only
when
did
you
it
know
because
where
I
you're
thought-
going and you're going at the speed you were,
No, it's funny.
10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Probably don't want to sneak around the back of these people that you think you know. Especially considering, and again, no offense, we're very used to your lovely appearance. But those that might not be accustomed to it might not be so excited.
Perhaps one of us should go up and knock first.
Alright, that's a great idea.
Right,
Will
where is
you
Zan? He's usually the one that does this. Let it go.
That's a great idea. I nominate Zan.
Zan is
Over
nominated.
there. Ah,
Where is
We
Zan?
lost Zan.
Zan did that
He
disappearing
always
thing.
does this. Does anybody else notice that?
alright.
Where'd he go?
We'll find him later. He's probably harping business.
Harping.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Ernie, you and Eric
I'll
have
do
to
it.
go.
I'll go up to the door. I'll say hi to you folks for you.
You have to stay with me.
Oh.
They're gonna go up to the door.
Oh,
Eric and Ernie, you'll go, right?
well, what do you want? What do we say? What?
I know that you'll know
What's-
what to say
Bow.
when they open the door. You look so nice and pleasant. They won't be afraid of you.
I'm gonna look at him in plate armor.
It's covered by his winter attire.
We're both covered in weapons. we would just like, we look like we're ready to kill this poor family.
Yeah. You're right. He takes off his shield and the hammer, and he takes off the axe. And he just goes, "Here, hold this."
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Thanks, Mickey.
He's just trying to make himself look presentable.
Okay. Straighten things up.
Brushes a little bit.
Eric will drop his gear, but he's gonna keep his weapons.
Okay.
Kept my sword.
At the very
get
least,
rid of
I'll
that.
pretend to be your bodyguard for the at the very least. I will.
Just tell them how brave I am, and tell them how great we are, and how much money we've made, and how we've saved so many lives. Tell them, make them miss me.
We don't even know their names.
Bond, it's Bond.
Bond.
One, they both have one name.
It's the last name.
James Bond.
Yeah,
Is it one name like Madonna? Or Prince?
Mrs. Bond.
Mrs. Bond.
Mr. and Mrs. Bond.
Hello, Mrs. Bond.
You're all standing outside this mansion, kind of chatting with each other. People are walking by, looking. This motley crew.
Where's the poppies, though?
One of the
Why
weirdest
you say
looking
something about
Jehovah's
poppies?
Witnesses ever. Excuse me, I didn't have time to discuss the good book.
Let me see if I can cast anything.
As you all stand outside awkwardly of the Bond family residence, Zan, you head over to this.
Thank you for
side
jumping over because we were so lost. We're like, fuck, what do we do?
I'm ready. I'm almost ready to go.
You head over to the tent that appears to be very similar to the one that you had
Cast
entered
friend on them.
with Erdnot back in El Terrell during the High Harvest Tide, actually. And what do? You head straight in, or?
He's just gonna slowly see if it does look like it's, the same kind of walk in, just in case if it's not the same. He didn't want to like burst in like, I remember. Oh.
Well, heading up to the front and kind of peeking your head in, you actually see sitting on the other side of one of those round tables with the orb sitting in the center of it. You see a humanoid figure with a tabaxi look about them. Lots of like jewels hanging on their head, and one of those cowl like hangs over like this over their head. They look up at you, but there's something different about their face. It's more, you would know that this is more like a Leonin individual, and they look up and they, welcome. Hello, how can I help you? Welcome to Lenine.
That means good evening. My name is Zan.
Good evening, how can I help you? Would you like your fortune read?
Yes, I would actually.
Come sit. Just 2 silver. And she slides over this little bowl that has other silver pieces in it.
He drops in 2 silver.
Perfect. Pulls it back a little bit. 2 silver for 5 cards. Are there any questions that you would like answered? Any questions I can help you with?
Yes. Am I on the right path?
She takes the cards. That is a very vague question. Roll me D100. She does not say that, but I'm saying it.
D100. 79.
So you see her flip over a card, and on it you see drawn out, like, illustrated very beautifully with like little gold accents on it, a forest, trees. And she says, "Oh, the forest. Confounding factors and unclear paths. It's a confusing journey. It's easy to lose sight of your purpose. Are you a ranger of sorts?"
Aye, of sorts.
Let's try another. She flips over another card, and on it you see a figure. You can't see whether it's what race or gender or sex about them, but they're kind of cloaked, but they have a judge's collar and dark cloak, sitting on like a pulpit with the counter in front of them. And she flips it over and says, "Ah, the judge. There are decisions that need to be made. A positive outcome will only be achieved if the choices are made with reason, not passion. An older man in position of authority. Is there anyone like this in your life?"
I know of a man, yes.
Roll another D1. D100.
82.
She flips another one and she says, the rising sun. You see a sun clearly rising over like a hill. New beginnings, limitless potential. Your actions in the immediate future will have long-lasting benefits or consequences. It also can symbolize a young child, perhaps yourself, with this older authority figure. Could be. She flips over another and you see what appear to be 2 humanoid figures that are like holding hands. And she says, "The twins, there's a powerful bond. You would live or die for someone in your life now. Someone with a powerful spiritual bond. Or 2 people bonded to each other. This could be soulmates, identical twins. And when taken with the authority figure and the child, and a path to follow." And you can roll one more time.
81.
And she flips over the last card, and it is a set of stairs that appear to lead up into darkness. And she says, "This card represents opportunities, great things if you proceed carefully. But a terrible slip and fall if you do not. It can represent someone who builds, or an architect of some kind. It appears," and she lays them all out in front of you, "that your path is very complicated. If you do not make the right choices, you may find yourself in terrible peril. But there is someone, a bond that you have with someone, perhaps will help you along the way. future is hard to know, constantly changing. But if you wish to know more, she slides the bowl over.
Zan drops in a gold coin.
Oh, shoot. Dan wants to know everything.
Well, she's going to flip over. You see her kind of like, she takes back, actually she leaves those cards, and then she takes 10 cards and puts them out. And she says, I believe we'll be able to determine which direction you should go by looking at all of these. I'm gonna write these down. Okay.
Is that the noise? Is that the noise that fortune teller makes?
she's doing
Okay.
Okay.
He's doing boob now.
All I could think of when he said
This
that.
one says he's gonna
Fortune
die.
teller.
This one says
You
you're gonna
get
fall
it.
on trip. That's not quite good, man.
Tracks. Comes on, I want to steal away.
Don't love those on the farm.
You see her flipping over the coins. I mean the coins. The things. She takes the coins out. She's like 1, 2, 3.
Rich. Nobody else is gonna eat these for real.
Nope. Just you.
Fuck, man. Come on, guys.
It's cool. I just ordered a lot more.
Yeah, 5 pounds.
Oh, that's a 30s, huh?
Remember the time? Well, how many pounds were those bags of gummy bears?
Oh, ridiculous.
Dude, we ordered we got 2 huge bags of gummy bears. We were playing Halo, the original Halo one time.
They were like 3 or 4 feet long. I'm not exaggerating.
Like a body pillow of.
It was redonkulous how
and we
many
were
gummy bears.
whipping these back and forth like.
we were throwing.
Like and through down this hall because we're playing like a LAN party. So we just throw a handful of gummy bears and just huck this thing like a sandbag, like a medicine ball workout, like a chest.
I wish. I love gummy bears.
That's it.
I love them too, which is
Use balls
Yeah,
next
it's
time.
I
No, look at him.
So she flips over the first one,
You need that.
and it is a king with that appears to have this bright red light behind him and a crown that is also red. And she says, the Crimson King, uncovering dangerous secrets, knowledge at a great cost. There's a powerful and dangerous man that you must watch out for. The next one she flips over, the Bone King, a dying man.
like the Planeteers.
Ew.
News of a death, a final ending. Flips over the next one. She says, and it is a moon, a full moon. The full moon, true predictions, an unfolding of prophecy or fortunes, a seer. It appears you may be on the right path coming to see me. The next one she flips over is a giant sea monster that's really difficult to actually make out like exactly what it is. It is like a shade. It says the Leviathan, a natural, unavoidable disaster. The outcome will be determined by circumstances beyond your control. Or perhaps someone linked to the void. The next that she flips over is the headsman, the rule of law or a law upheld. It means you must follow the rule of law. Perhaps. The next that is flipped over, she actually takes in a deep breath as she flips it, and you can see the that classic symbol of death with black and with the scythe and everything. And she says, this does not mean what you would expect for it to mean. It means a complete transition. Perhaps one that you've already gone through. Irreversible change. Perhaps someone in mourning. The next one she flips over is this large spider with webs all around it and little spiders all next to it. She says, "The spider, beware of traps and snares on your journey. There will be failure, unless you spot all of the complications. Perhaps in your journey you will come across someone, a few words. Perhaps that someone is you." Next is a stallion that has this like crimson, almost ginger color to them, and she says, "The red stallion. It appears you are on an adventure already. A new and exciting experience awaits you. You appear to be a bold adventurer, maybe someone you didn't know you were."
It's starting to sound like a timeshare ad in Florida.
I was like, man, she's
the
just telling
next
them a
one
bunch of stuff. You are on an
like
adventure. Is
a ranger
maybe
with like
the letter S.
a bow and arrow, and she says, "The hunter," and like on the side you can see in the image there are a bunch of pelts and stuff.
John Edwards, whatever that guy was named.
There will be many gains for you through long pursuit. The chase will yield its prizes. It can also symbolize someone on a quest or a mission, and given that it is right next to the adventurer, I would say you are on your way. This must be speaking of you. And then the last one that she flips over, she just kind of nods, and you see in the very background of this one is that judge, but then in front of it are a bunch of other humanoid type figures. You can't really make them out, but she says, "The jury. At the end, there will be judgment. There will be an outcome determined by others. Others that you do not know." And she just leans back at that point. Like, "It's rare that I say this, but I don't think I can help you further. This seems very clear to me. You're on a path. It is yet to be determined. At the end you will be judged for how you have completed things. You appear to be an adventurer. You are about to embark on a new experience, one that you have never been on before. You must be very careful. Watch for snares and traps. One wrong step will have grave consequences. And look out for that individual. There is definitely a man of great power. I cannot say positive or negative, but with a bond to you, the child."
That Zed nods, walks out.
Can we please have it that like as soon as he just like flips the thing in the tent, you just hear, and then it just poofs away. It's like
No, that is not what happened.
You know?
So as you walk out, kind of feeling however you're feeling, how is Anne feeling?
Kind of, he's gone to two different fortune tellers with very similar outcomes, so he's feeling...
Well, it's the same franchise, so.
He's,
Same brand.
she kind of told him or reassured him of things that he's already thought about.
Cut back to us, and we're in front of the door. Who's gonna knock?
It's like,
Yeah, cutting back to you all.
I told you I'd knock. I don't know why you won't let me.
Oh, yeah, so before we go, you gotta take my helmet too. So before we go, like, he goes, "Oh, wait, how old are you?"
20.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
I'll do the talking.
Let's do it.
All
I
right.
had no idea this was gonna happen.
this is
No.
D&D!
Avadon, where are you gonna? Are you gonna go around the corner? Are you gonna stand at the end of the walkway? Where do you?
If I'm behind the wall, or like, is there a place where I can drag Mickey and listen?
The wall's so short. You can hide behind it. They're just gonna see your horns.
You can crouch
They're just gonna
down.
see the top of
If
your
you would like, you can definitely crouch down.
Peeking over like, mommy. Guys.
I'll take my cloak and just.
Can I hear,
Oh, yeah.
like, if I'm close enough? I want to be in a place where I'm close enough, but I can't be to hear, but I can't really.
Yeah.
Fucking adorable.
Sorry. And the front door is.
I'm actually trying to convince Micaiah to help me get my hair up high enough so that it hides my horns.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Make a
Because it's the white skin and the black eyes. Not gonna do anything.
Micaiah, make a performance check with disadvantage because you're drunk.
Fun.
Make
Yeah.
me look good, girl.
Your eyelashes are gonna be stuck on all sideways.
Yes. Ooh. Okay, so that's a 13 and then a 6. So a 6.
So you stand there and
Girl,
you're like,
you're beautiful.
it looks kind of like what it looks like right
Looks
now.
so good.
More of it, and like the horns are still sticking out the sides. And you're like,
Abby,
Messy
you
hair,
should
don't
wear
care.
your hair like this all the time.
so
Is
as
it good?
that's going
Yeah,
on,
it
are you
looks
going
so
up to the
good,
front
like
door?
You can't see the horns,
Yeah.
right?
So it's like
Mhm.
I'm assuming there's. Describe it for me. So we're at the gate. I'm assuming there's a walkway. Are the
It's a very
flowers
short
there,
walkway. It's
or-
only about, I would say it's like maybe 6 to 8 feet from where you guys were standing to that front door. There's shrubbery and whatnot, but there's no flowers up at the front.
All right. Yes, we're not knocks on the door.
All right, so you walk up to the front there, looking back.
Smash, smash.
Avadon is getting her hair piled up on top of her head by a drunk Mickey, and you pound hardly
It
on the
looks
door.
so good.
Respectfully.
Respectfully
I
on the
just
door.
imagine you just no tact. Just bang, bang, bang. Your daughter's out here.
It's gonna be as tactful as possible.
And I think this is where we will take a break because it is 6 o'clock.
Already?
Those
Is it
of you
really?
who are
We
watching,
started kind of.
yeah, we started a little bit later.
Bullshittery.
Don't forget to hashtag BEADND. We are going to choose our winner after the break. Enter as many times as you would like into our monthly giveaway. And we will be back in, it's 5:55, so we'll say like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, however long
Yeah.
people feel. 15 minutes.
Yeah,
However long it takes to
Makes
pee and
Right.
again.
Alright. Alright, here we go. Don't forget, hashtag BEADND.
Oh, we ate all those gummy bears.
Hi everybody. We are gonna do our BD&D giveaway. So thank you for coming back and joining us for our second half of our game here, game night, D&D night. All right, let's see. We have, if you are hanging out in the chat and you have just gotten here, be sure to type hashtag BEADND to enter into tonight's giveaway. It is from our beautiful, wonderful sponsors, BD&D. You can check out their shop and their website. They have been fabulous. They allow us to give away some of their merch for all of our D&D streams. And if you are a first-time winner, you get to get a t-shirt. And if you're a second-time winner, you get to join the Mug Club, D&D Mug Club. Oh, I've got 2 of them here. That was quick. Choose.
It's like we're like,
You get to choose your design that you would like.
Oh,
And
I
this
see?
is the Rabicorn.
I want to see the other one.
This is the Cosmic Cat.
Can you pass that over to Pat so I can take it? That's neat.
And, you've already seen
Rabicorn.
it.
It looks like
Rabicorn.
what Pokemon is that one? The chat one.
Cutest.
I know the chat will know. It's one of those ones from the Eevee that you chained. It's got like a bunch of different ones. I can't remember.
No idea.
No idea.
You guys don't remember Pokemon?
No.
I mean, I remember it, but I never.
There's one that looks like it. The chat will know.
The chat will know which. Oh yeah, Bearded Fortress. You should be joining soon.
Oh, you
Just as
fucking
a
dork.
reminder to everybody, BD&D did open up a physical store like
Doesn't
a
it?
month
No,
ago
it
or
does.
so. So we
Yeah,
appreciate
okay.
them giving things away, doing the merch for us, but also just keep
They're
in
right.
mind that
They make that up.
there might be a little bit of a delay as they are working on their physical store and doing all that.
And they're in New Zealand.
And they're in New Zealand. There is that as well. And they
Meowth. But not that one.
and they have all of their stuff to do while they're also giving stuff away. So just feel free to check in with me if it's been a little while and you haven't gotten your thing yet, and I'll check in with them. But we appreciate them. Thank you, BD&D. And all right, we are going to close the giveaway and choose a winner. So closing the giveaway, and the winner is going to pop up in chat, and the winner is That Gamer Share! I don't know if Cher is still here, but thank you, Cher. It's been a little while since we saw you, and we appreciate that you came and hung out with us.
And
And I will be in touch. I'm going to make a note because I've been forgetting things lately.
yeah, that one too.
I don't remember if she's won before. If she
I-
has, then
I
she
think
might.
maybe she
I
has.
feel like she has. So I mean, she could be a member of the Mug Club.
Mug club.
Yeah. I'll be in
Can
touch
we
with
start
her.
like a hashtag mug club?
Yeah,
Take cool pictures with our mugs?
I'm trying to come up with like a really fun thing that Mug Club people can do. Like
Put something in the mug.
I actually was thinking I
Like
found
you know, with a slug mug? Ugh,
I found
gross.
I found an affordable like hot chocolate gift thing that I was thinking that people who are in the Mug Club might be able to. We choose like a Mug Club winner every month, and that person can get.
Oh, Cat's got ideas.
Is that
Cat
only
has
for the
ideas.
people who have already won a mug?
It's only for the people already in the Mug Club. Yeah. So if you are part of the Mug Club,
Mug Club
you would get an
exclusive.
additional thing.
So like a
Nice.
book club, you pick like a book to read every month. Except this, it's like a hot chocolate every month.
Well, it would be one person who gets it because
We
I
should
cannot
all just
afford
get
Oh,
to
I,
give
thought I,
it to
thought, I thought it
everybody.
was like we all like.
We all
It's
just
like,
get
alright, it's like,
together
alright,
without
this
mugs.
month we're gonna drink this hot chocolate.
Hey, shares in the chat. Hey, congrats.
Congratulations.
I don't know if you've won anything from BD&D before, but if you have not, you get a T-shirt, and if you have, you get to join the Mug Club, and
Mug
we
Club.
can chat about it. If you want another T-shirt or something, then please don't let me hold you back. But yes, I will be in touch. So, if we are ready, we rejoin the Bums of Greenest as you are standing outside of the Bond residence
In a
with
funny
Erdnot
situation.
approaching the front door, and Avadon trying to prep herself for a potential meeting of her biological family. Arik watching. Were you approaching with Erdnot?
We're going together like little Mormon boys.
Okay, so
Knocking
you
on the
guys
door.
head up to the door,
Put our bicycle on the kickstand, you know what I mean? Walk up.
and as Micaiah is done, like pile all her hair up on top of her head and take a step back, looking at Avadon. She looks really nervous, like excited, but has already explained to you she's about to knock on the door or have someone else knock on the door of her biological parents that she has not met, and that perhaps something that she hadn't thought of before, of them not accepting her or not being nice when they open the door.
That's what Ark was afraid of. Ark was like, are you sure you want to do this?
Maybe that thought hadn't occurred to Avadon quite yet
Oh.
until it was mentioned, but
Oops.
now it's there.
Way to
and
go.
she-
Now Ark
looks-
feels really bad.
in her naivete,
Naivete.
she had not thought that perhaps it would be an unwelcome knock on the door.
Ugh,
And
devil
as
lady.
I thought we gave you up. Away with you.
Oh my god.
That'd be
Thank
so
you for the
sad.
biddies, cat. I will count those. Avadon, you stand there looking like Micaiah. Little tipsy, but you can see that Avadon who the two of you have had your ups and downs, but with her leaving and coming back, you realized how much you missed additional estrogen, we'll say, in the group. And so...
I'm just around all this
Yes.
testosterone.
Yes, I did. And I whip out my guitar from underneath my clothes.
Do you just walk around with it slung around your back like that?
Sure.
I actually like
I
that.
did today.
The 6-string on my back.
I like to think
Play
it's
for keeps.
enchanted so
Yeah.
it can fold.
It's
Oh,
small.
that's cool.
It's
That
just
would
like,
be really cool.
If it's like this big, it's just the like part of the
That's
neck.
canon now.
And
I
then
will
when you
make
like,
that.
you like,
Oh, yeah,
you like
nice.
snap it out like one of
It
those
just comes
bracelets.
out.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I'll help you out. I'm gonna calm you down, okay?
Okay.
I know you're really nervous. And those boys over there, they're deciding who's gonna knock first. It's
I
gonna
think
take
we're
them
already
10
walking.
minutes anyway.
Bro.
They're
Rock, paper, scissors,
stalling,
shoot.
so
Yeah, they
Who's
are
going?
stalling for sure because
They're
it's super
stalling.
awkward and
You know.
I got you.
I will.
I'll play you a little tune for you, okay?
Thanks, Mickey.
I'll do it.
Oh, you're welcome.
We just kind of look and go, oh gods.
I know. And she looks like she's about to right inside.
No, just kidding, I'm kidding. I got this. But I know that I may not be the one you've been hoping for. And I know that I might be someone unwelcome at your door. But I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. Oh, I'll keep trying. Oh, it's not in me to give you up. So accept my love. And I've been so uncertain, yeah, I've been wondering. I don't know where I'll end up, but I know you're one. I'll keep trying. Oh, I'll keep trying. Oh, you keep me trying. I just want you to see my love. Yeah. I know that I look like I come from below, but I can promise my love's from above. Don't let me go. Please don't let me go this time. I've got to know why I'm here. Just tell me why I'm here. Just tell me why I'm here. So I won't stop fighting, no. I won't stop fighting, no. I'll keep trying, no. I'll keep fighting, no. So let me into your heart. Just let me into your heart. And just like Mickey would have really done, I didn't actually write that song. I just made it up.
Oh, super drunk
It's
mix.
that. It's that
She's drunk. I'm
disadvantage.
just in character, guys.
That is committing to the role play.
I'm
right
committed
That
there.
was
to the
all.
role.
That was just. Yep. The
Mickey, you see that tree just like came out in front of me. I don't know if I like that song, but did you like it?
That make you feel better. That was perfect.
The trees clapping.
They're gonna accept you. You just gotta
It's a cult
show 'em
spy
you
dressed as a
love.
tree.
Keep
That was
trying.
moving. That was just emotion.
That was
Keep trying.
And as you were playing Avadon, you would have seen people dropping like coins
Oh
in,
my
in
God.
Erdnot's helmet on the
money.
side. It's like a little crowd gathered, and there was. And then people kind of disperse as they realize that you're not actually going to continue singing.
Nope.
One
So,
and done.
gentlemen, so as that is occurring, actually, you hear and it guides you on. By the time the song is done, you're like coming up to the group, and you can see Erdnot and Arik up at the front door as they turn back to the door. So, knocking on the door.
Zane didn't get there fast enough to be the talker.
Cause,
Is he
'cause
waiting
he-
us a
well,
minute?
no,
Speed
he
right
he
now?
sees that they're like swoop down. Can Zan like sneak up and like also be like?
He just goes over here. He's like.
Right
Zan like
between.
sneak up to see if like so he doesn't like.
I know. I was gonna say I love the idea that we're like, you know, your daughter, she's really awesome. And then let's look, and it's just Zan at the end, just like,
It's
So
like
you're
that
gone.
the Pulp Fiction. Like,
yeah, exactly. Hold on, what?
So a moment or two passes as you're standing there. You like look back, and the ladies are there. And
All this build up, she's gonna tell us the novel.
Yeah, right.
You don't know what answers.
The door opens. And
Oh, shit.
oh,
Okay.
oh,
All right.
oh, oh.
Let's.
Doors open.
the door opens. You hear like as the door swings open, and in front of you you see a half-elven woman, light skinned. She has her blonde hair that has that like under or like that side shave with the other side swooped down to the side. She looks on the older side, but it's hard kind of really to tell with half elves. Average height, 5'5" or so, and dressed in nothing too fancy, but like a dress and there's like an apron on, and she opens the door and looks at you both and says, "Can I help you?"
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Is it the evening or?
It is
time of
the
day, or
morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam. Is the lady or lord of the house available?
Yes, may I ask who's come calling?
Erdnot Brewbottle of the Trajan Hills, and my associate, Tragdor the Bold.
Tragdor and Erdnot Brewbottle, are you expected by the Mrs. and Mr.?
We are not.
And so your purpose is...
It's personal that we have to speak to them. It's on a personal matter.
A family matter.
Aye.
All right. If you wouldn't mind, wait here. I will return. Erdnot, Brewbottle, and Tragdor.
Trogdor.
Trogdor.
Excuse my friend.
Apologies. I will return momentarily. She closes the door.
Tragdor?
It's not my fault you have an odd accent to your tongue.
God.
You still love tater brush.
So a few moments pass. Avedon, you look and you can see Erdnot and Arik again standing up the front, looking back at you like.
This is gonna go great.
The door opens again, and that half-elf woman is standing there, and she says, "I apologize. They don't they're not expecting anyone. Are you here to sell anything? They don't appear interested. I apologize.
No, we're not here to sell anything.
They're not interested in purchasing any, personal wares or.
No, none of that. None of that. As we said, it was a familiar issue. Tell them it pertains to their.
Someone they may have lost long ago.
Aye.
About 20 years ago.
Okay.
They'll understand.
All right. Just one moment. She closes the door again.
Thankfully, it's not that cold out. It's just like he turns back and looks at the door.
So another few moments pass. Actually, several.
We can hear this.
Yeah, you're
It's
like
not-
8 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys are
I thought it was a lot
hanging out.
longer than that.
No,
I thought it was like
no,
20-foot
only-
walkway.
It's only like 8 feet, less than 10 feet away. They're just on the other side. It is a busy street. There's stuff going on. But yeah, no.
Fine.
Probably like a good
Hey,
5-7 or so minutes passes.
Humans usually this inhospitable to guests.
Not always. Though we don't exactly look like normal company.
And Avadon gonna yell, "Tell him you want to buy some art or something."
It's a little late for that.
So when the door opens again, this time you see a woman who's standing there, a human woman. She opens the door. Blonde hair, it's almost like an ashy blonde. It's very, very light. She has actually a very beautiful face, dark blue eyes, very average build. She is wearing not a cloak or anything, as she's not outside, but a very like fancy dress, but like the kind of like house fancy dress, not the kind that you're going to a ball or something.
Just the fancy dress you wear around your house.
Yeah, the fancy dress you wear around your house.
The rich people thing.
Yeah. And she opens up the door looking at you, and you can see the half-elf woman is standing behind her, kind of like. And the woman opens the door and looks at you both and is like, "Can I help you?"
Mistress Bolds, I presume?
Bond.
Bond. I don't know what I got Bolds from. Oh wait, I named him the Bold.
Excuse my.
I did have that poison snake.
It's a fair point. Yeah, it's a fair point.
Slightly tipsy, yeah.
Excuse my short
Bond,
statured
yes.
friend here.
How can I help you?
I know, right?
Like we didn't think past that.
Yeah. We got the door open.
Right.
We're good.
It is open, but like since she's like closes it slightly so that you can't. It's like she's holding on to it, and her hand is up against the frame. You can see the half-elf woman standing behind her. She looks confused.
Arik's gonna make sure, not like his hands are like this, but he's gonna make sure his hands are visible so we don't
Yeah.
look like robbers or anything like
Yeah.
that. Not to sound presumptuous, madam, but did you happen to have someone that you lost or gave up 20 years ago?
Oh,
Jesus, go right for
I
it, man.
had to. I didn't know what else to say. Arik is not.
Madam, family is
she's like-
very important.
Who are you?
She doesn't even know who you are.
Arik has no. He was thrust in this situation.
You see
He
her
is
close
not-
the door slightly more.
Oh my god.
We are companions and friends of your daughter, your eldest daughter of 20 years.
Her eyes like kind of make a persuasion check.
Shit, here, hold this thing.
I was gonna say Arik has not given him advantage on that one.
Where's my
No, definitely not. In fact, I was like, is there disadvantage on this?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Again, Arik, that's not something.
Oh,
19.
Okay.
So her eyes kind of like narrow for a second, looking down at you. Actually, where are you?
behind the wall.
You're down. behind
Yeah.
the wall.
But
Are
I'm
you-
looking.
You're looking.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
I was
Yeah, I
like,
was
do
gonna
we-
say.
do we need to make stealth checks because we're like?
If you're
We're like
all
that,
like
really
that,
like
then
that.
I
I mean,
need
yeah, I mean-
stealth checks from all of you. Yeah.
I would have figured she'd be behind the wall, like biting her nails.
I was gonna say, well, Arik is just like got his head in his hands, like, oh god, don't you just fuck this up.
Micaiah, yeah.
14.
Oh, 14? That's not bad. I
Yeah.
saw 5. I'm like,
It was
oh.
a 5, but I have +9, thank God.
12.
26.
It's like my best stat, actually.
Okay,
Surprisingly. I know it doesn't really make sense, but I'm not that stealthy.
hold on.
Expertise.
I'm gonna roll the
Awesome.
pink one. Let's roll this pink one and see what happens. What'd you get? 12?
Yeah.
Alright, so you see her eyes like kind of look up, like she's looking down at you or not, and then she goes to look up, but then you start talking and she looks right back down at you as you're speaking.
Did she have anything to say about what I said to her?
What did you say?
About
The eldest
her
daughter.
Were the
Oh,
eldest
the
daughter
eldest
of 20 years.
She says, come in. Come in. She opens up the door.
Thank you, madam.
Arik will follow with.
I like to think that he turns around and just goes.
You definitely did.
Thinking stealthy.
Definitely
He's
did.
like,
It's like Wayne's World. He's like Zang. Like, when he's speaking Japanese.
it's just the fucking the chef's kiss. That's where we're in, guys.
Oh, if we were murder hobos, holy shit! This
Everyone's
poor
like,
lady.
no! We come out covered in blood.
Just blood and sacks of jewels.
You
They have
step
Avadon's
in
mom's
and
little
then
pendant on.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
I know.
We sent the wrong people in.
Look at me.
God.
I'm your daddy now.
You won't even have a shirt on, it'll just be ripped off. Pendant.
Because I'm wearing a like a silk gold lined bathrobe.
I was gonna say no, like you know how they do
Open
like bear
the
furs
pendant.
where it's like the bare face and head like that. That's gonna be one of her parents.
Oh God! That's over the line.
I won't lie to you.
Jesus.
The conversation went down a path we did not expect.
Wearing her parents.
Like, would you fuck me? You fucked me so hard.
oh my god.
Turn into Buffalo Bill. They put some lotion on the skin, Avadon. Oh,
When I pictured this whole scene going down, it was very emotional.
I know, and now it's
never,
turned into something
ever
else. I don't
envisioned
know what it's
emotional
turned
here.
into.
no.
It's not. I had like music going.
We're on a beef
I'm sure it'll be
jerky and
emotional.
gummy bear sugar high.
I get it'll be emotional when Abaddon starts talking,
you
but
gave
not when
this kid
not when
a
you send
whole
in
jar of
Jay and
gummy
Silent
bears.
Bob.
I don't know why you guys
Yeah.
sent these two in.
I don't know why
Are
you
there any more gummy
I'm
bears?
drunk!
No,
And
I
she's
will go
scared.
for next time though.
So,
All
it's
right,
only
so actually,
this one's getting his fortune read.
as you all walk
This is
in and
perfect.
the woman turns around to walk away, the half-elf woman who comes to close the door behind you looks out and then she stops and she says, "Pardon me, are they with you?" And she points out and
Oh shit, she
with
sucks.
her roll to look, you guys see this half-elf woman with the shaved and the hair to the side, dressed in more common servant clothing, is pointing directly at you as you're there.
Yes, we didn't want to overwhelm you.
So the woman, the human woman it stops and she kind of turns around, but she can't see through the doorway. She sees you two, but she can't see the doorway. And she says, "Well, send them in. Are they coming in?" And she looks and says, "Alyssa, tell them to come in."
Perhaps it's best to let them come in.
And Avadon's
Let's just
gonna,
pull the band-aid
I
off.
was gonna say,
So
I'm coming in!
Irik's gonna
I'm
be,
cold!
Irik's gonna be like,
Put up.
So when you step in, immediately walking into this, it's like a foyer type thing. Directly to your left is a half wall, like there's a guard station there. There's no guards in it at the moment, but there's a little guard station directly into the house. and then another set of double doors that opens out. And as you step into this larger room, you can see that it is there's a stairwell that leads up in the middle of the room to the second floor, where there would be like a balcony. But all you can see on either side of that stairwell are two statues of we're gonna say you can make a history. No, you're not good at religion. Which one are you? Neither. You're the one who was like neither religion or history.
You're not
Proficiency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
My
you
history's a
can
-1.
make a. You've been
Oh,
around
that's
long
possible.
enough, though. I'm gonna say make a history check.
Is it made of
Intelligence
stone?
was this
I can
group's
do like a
dumb
stone.
It is a stone, but that's not what this is to determine.
Okay,
You can
I was
make a
gonna
history
say,
check
like,
to
I can
determine
touch it.
to determine who.
Just massaging the stone.
Certain areas.
Yeah, to determine who it is. Who is supposed
just,
to.
So just a regular roll.
Just a regular history check.
Oh shit. No, run away.
My ball.
And the art's like,
Uh,
sassy and shit.
10.
It's like strangely
So
warm.
you recognize this goddess is the goddess Melora, the Wild Mother, the goddess of the wilderness and the sea. She watches over nature, good harvest, and she grants protection from washing away in storms and whatnot, known as the Mother Nature, or the Maiden of the Deep Woods. There are two statues of her on either side of this large stairway that leads up. You see it is mostly very nice, hardwood, polished, like all around in this room. That has several doors that lead off from it. So this is like the main grand hall, I guess, as you walk in. You all outside see that the half-elf woman turns around looking at you and beckons. It's like, come, please, come in.
Shall we?
See, I
Let's go. You
figure
guys go first.
let them come in, because then when shit goes wrong, it won't be because of me and you.
Avadon's gonna go last.
I was gonna be like
And kinda,
originally like no, like
push
wait, I'll have them come in after.
the other
I
two.
know, but it's like
Micaiah and Santa ahead.
I'll go in front of you. It's all
So, Alyssa, the half-elven woman, she waits for you all to come in, and then she closes the door behind you. And the human woman who's there is still walking towards, like, away, and seems to be leading you to, picturing this house, leading you to around the stairs. Okay, leading you to around the stairwell. There's one doorway to the left, and then another. Both of them are closed, and she is leading you in the direction of the one that's going to the left instead of forward. And she opens up the door and walks in. It's just like, basically like, follow her. So you can hear, as you walk in, you can hear like running upstairs, but like little kid running, like.
the stuff of my nightmares.
Not little kid, but
May I say, Madam Bond, you have a most beautiful residence, a most beautiful house.
she just said, "Thank you." Then she heads into the secondary room. It is a study room. As you come in, you can see a circular rug in the center with a kind of love seat, and then two additional. They're bright red. There are bookshelves in this room, and one of those windows that I'm not going to be able to remember the name of that sticks out.
Bay window?
There you go. A bay window.
Wait, did you leave our
And-
stuff on the street?
Oh.
I would imagine you gathered.
I was gonna say the
I-
helmet with the money.
Someone's like the
"Yup."
hammer, the shield.
No, I'm gonna imagine that you grabbed it all.
What stuff?
Well, I mean, she's drunk. She's excited. There's only one
Yeah,
sensible
there's
person.
Your hammer's
See,
out
I'm
on
gonna
the
take
ground.
anything. See, I would have left that there. Come on.
So you walk in and you
Yeah,
see you're going into a
He's
study.
coming
At
in
the
behind
bay
everybody
window,
with all this stuff.
There
Just
are
open up the bag of
plants.
holding and just went.
There are plants of various kinds that are like at this window. Another doorway leads off to the left as you walk in. This door is also, I believe it is closed. Yeah. And this seems to be like a sitting room. Right next to you to the right is a large, one of those clock. Like grandfather clock. I don't know. I'm gone. My words are gone. I haven't slept in 5 years, and I can't seem to catch up.
It's okay. You just saw what happened to me about 5 minutes ago.
There's a big watch on the wall, and there's a rug on the floor.
Did you lose or give up a daughter? I might know where she is. Fucking jerk. Can't believe I did that.
Hi, nice to meet you. Did you give up a daughter 20 years ago?
Are you that kind of a jerk?
You can smell as you come in, like it smells very rich in here, honestly. Like you know that smell of like perfume. There's like
smell of
rich people. Like
The smell like
it
money.
smells good in the house, and you can also smell like there's food being cooked, like actively prepared right now. And as you
But
walk,
not that apartment food.
no, not a part. Rich people.
Rich people food.
It's not
ramen.
Not shitty ramen. I was
She
gonna
didn't say ramen.
She's not saying cup of soup.
So you walk
Fancy
into
house food.
She said
the
being
study.
prepared, not microwaved.
And the woman turns around, and she's like standing behind one of the chairs, and she says, like, "Please sit," as you are entering in. And
Cult members jump out of the couches.
Erica's gonna make sure that he's positioned slightly in front and not quite covering the view of Avadon, but just kind of like if this was her, he'd be like here, and he's like kind of bulky with all this stuff. So
And she's like,
okay.
Eric really doesn't want her to get her feelings hurt.
So as you come into the room
I don't
and
know
she's
why
gesturing
something
for you to sit, she looks a little shaky, like her hands are like shaking as she's like, please sit down. And Alyssa, the half-elf woman, comes in behind and she sees you with your hood up. And she comes up and she's like, "If you wouldn't mind, please, in the house."
Rich people rules.
She's just gonna move more behind Eric.
Well, so Alyssa's standing right next to you.
Oh, okay.
And she's like,
I think she's like right here.
yeah, she's right behind. She came up behind you, and
Is she
it's like,
taking my hood off for me?
no, she was
Oh,
not
okay.
going to touch you, but she's just like,
You're too poor to touch.
Can Eric turn to her and just say, in a moment, please?
so Alyssa looks over at the woman, and she is looking at all of you. So how are you positioned? Have you come in? Has anybody come in to sit down? Or are you standing like all in the doorway?
I want Erdnot to sit down so his legs don't touch the floor. Just so he's just like swinging his little feet.
Ernot knows that. Wait, did she tell us to sit down?
She did say,
Okay,
"Please sit
because
down."
the lady
She's
of the house
standing.
asked it. Ernot sits in. He thinks he's sitting in a full-size chair, but it's probably just one of the children's chairs.
There's no
That's
This
awesome.
is like an adult study. There's no children.
So there's no Fisher Price.
Sit on the ottoman, like it's a little
Sit on the
ottoman.
ottoman.
That's it.
Zan will sit down.
And he's not that small. You're making him sound
I
like
know,
a
I know.
halfling.
I just like the idea of just like putting him.
He is pretty small.
You're like Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
So as you all start to come in, and then it becomes clear, Alyssa makes eye contact with the woman, and the woman, like, she then looks directly at you. And instantly, she just, like, this loud gasp, kind of, like, and she covers her mouth. And you hear her, she goes, "Journey." And then she, like, takes her hand to, like, guide herself around the chair and, like, sits down very slowly, looking directly at you. And you see, anybody looking will see, like, the look on Alyssa's face, very confused. She almost, like, steps away from you and then doesn't really know what to do with herself as she just steps back.
I'm just gonna slide out of the way about a foot. Like, just so you can actually walk by and go do your thing.
I'll take the hood off now.
So you take the hood off, and you see her hand is just like, she puts her hand back up to her mouth, and she's shaking. And you see all these tears starting to gather up in her eyes. And she just looks at you, like she doesn't know what to do. And there's silence for a very long time, probably a good 15 seconds. And then she's like, is it really you?
Yeah. Yes. Can we talk, please?
And she's like,
Attitude.
right? She looks
Throw me
over
in a
at
Drop my dumpster baby.
at Alyssa, and then she stands up, and she's, how tall are you? 5'9"?
Like 5 something. Like,
Yeah, so she's about the
not
same.
big.
She's about the same height as you, and she comes over, and you can see that she does have, like, she's got tears that are started to come down. She's not openly weeping or anything, but she comes over and she like wipes her face, and then she like, can I touch you? Can I hold your hand? She reaches out,
I'll reach out and hold her hand.
takes your hand, and then she just like leans in and holds you, if you are willing,
Yes.
as tight as she can. And her eyes are closed, and you all can see, you know, you feel a little bit awkward as she's just holding on to Avadon as tight as she can. And then
Kaya's crying.
Alyssa steps back
drunk
and
'cause her mom
exits,
died. Oh. She's crying. She's like, oh my god.
exits the room, and she just kind of holds you really tight, and then she leans back again, looking you right in the eyes, black eyes that you have. And she says, I knew it. I knew you would journey back to me. I knew it.
Avadon's gonna cry.
So you guys have a moment, and as that is occurring, you guys are like,
Yeah, we're all like,
Alright, looking at my imaginary watch.
you
What
hear
am I
these
doing
loud like coming from down the steps, and like the door, which was kind of ajar, pushes open, and you see these two young girls come in, about 10, 12-ish. One of them with like brownish hair. It's a little bit like dirty blondish brownish. Wearing like greens and whatnot, and kind of a casual, again, dress for the day. And then the younger one with hair just like the human woman, ashy blonde, looks, as I said, younger than the other one's got a little bit of freckles on her face. And then right behind her comes this human man. He has...
get out of my house! I flushed that devil, baby.
Young man, like as young as the woman. He has like that mousy brownish type of hair, sort of matches. And as they come in, the woman turns and looks at him. He's dressed also like casual noble sort of attire. And
So we can take them.
comes in and he stops and he like holds on to the two girls for a moment as he's looking at all of you, and then he sees his wife, who is standing there, and she turns and she says, Izem, come, she's journeyed home. And he looks very confused as he stands there looking at you, and he doesn't move as the two girls, he's like holding their hands. And she says, no, come. And he steps forward, and then he just lets go of the girls, and he reaches out to give you a hug as well. Silently, like he's in shock. And he comes in and he hugs, and the woman steps back, and her hands are shaking, and she's like, looking at you and looking at him, and then like that's when the tears come and she starts to cry like openly, and then he starts crying. There's a lot of crying going on as
I was gonna say, Arc's really sucking back the tears. She's like, just sweating from my eyeballs.
as yeah, for a moment nobody really knows what to do. The two girls are like they're a little
Not
bit.
offers them some of his the traveling jerky that we have.
And they're like,
Just poor people food.
they look over at Alyssa and she's like,
He's just like,
Don't take it from the creepy little man.
Creepy little man.
and so both of your parents now step back, and your mother says, How did you find me? How have you been? Who are all of you? I don't understand.
Avadon will say, I know it's a lot. I know. I knew you were in Neverwinter, and I knew that I had to come and find out who you were, and show you who I am. These are my friends. We're adventurers. We're bums.
We're not really bums. We're champions.
We're
And then Arc sinks back.
Champion bums. Want some jerky?
She comes over and
Makai,
she
don't
just
throw up on the carpet.
kind of like touches
Ow,
your
ow.
face a little bit, and she's like, "You've grown up so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. I've waited for this day since the day. I've just waited very long. It's never been the same. Please sit down." And she goes, like, takes your hand and leads you over to the love seat, basically, where more than, like, the three of you, your mom and your dad can fit, and Izem, like, gestures for the girls come over. He's like, these are your sisters. And they step around. This is, their names are, I gave them nicknames, and now I can't remember their real names.
thing one, thing two.
And I was gonna say, Mom, who's the monster lady? I like her hair.
They come around very,
I
very
did.
quietly and, like, properly, and step in front of you. The one that looks like Izem, this is Lothray, and this is Izemdra, and the other one who's younger comes over, looks just like your mom, and they just look at you, and then it's like, this is your sister, and they both like kind of look at each other and then at you, and you see Izem for a moment. He's just like, Alyssa, take the girls. I'll come to speak with you. He takes both of their hands, and he's shaking too, and he takes one hand each, and I'll come speak with you soon. Go bring them up to the tutor. Have them go back. And Alyssa comes over and takes them, and they're both looking at you, and they look like they have probably never been told of your existence. And they have no idea, and so when someone says this is your sister, they're like, what? But they're also young. So there's like a mixture of like, what? But also, that's cool, and like, I don't know how to feel at this moment. And then Alyssa brings them out of the room. Your mother turns and she says, I don't even know if you know my name. I'm Rosarel.
Rosarel. Well, you can call me Avadon.
Is that your chosen name?
It is.
I will. So, you look different. Your skin when I last saw you, you were... I see that the red has started to creep in from your hair. Look, She opens up that little locket, and there's a little piece of this red hair that, like a little... this little tiny bit of hair that matches, obviously, the color on your head. Okay, I never forgot about you. I've always kept this. I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Well, can you tell me what happened?
It's complicated, but and you see her and your father exchange these looks with each other, and then she looks back, and I was young, and it's just a very long story. When you were born, there was a lot of fear. My great-grandpa Bren, he insisted that you be taken away. There was nothing I could do to fight it. I was young. I was 20. I couldn't do anything. He had this fear about you, and I think they actually wanted me to kill you. And Izem looks, and he kind of like puts his hand on your knee, like not, gently, kind of, and then looks at Razarel like, that's a bit harsh to say right away, but she looks at him like, it's true, the words that were spoken, I had very little choice. At the time, I told our maid to go as far as she could and find someone. She had this way about her. She could determine people who were good and worthy versus those who had evil intent. And so I trusted her to find someone that would take care of you. And I told her to make sure that she told this person that you were to be called Journey, so that you would come back. One day you would journey back. And I just hoped that you would be okay.
Oh, well, my father was good. Well, the man who took care of me, my father, he was a good man. I only just left him and have been traveling since.
Wearing his pants.
Huh?
And wearing his pants.
And wearing his pants.
Tight leather
lucky
pants.
leather pants.
Bounce on
You
gold
see,
piece off those pants.
when you refer to him as your father, your biological father, there's like a moment where his expression changes. It's difficult to... Let's make you can make an insight check if you want to. If not, that's fine. I don't know. Okay.
It's about me right now. Fuck his feelings.
So Razarel smiles, and she's like, I'm glad to hear that. So where did you grow up? Where did you live your life?
In a bar.
Oh.
In the Dying Dog. With my father. He ran the place, and we kept it in, and it was lonely. I mean, not many people were willing to take me as a friend. Until I met these travelers.
I'm sorry for that. If I had, as you can see here in Neverwinter, there are many tieflings. it wasn't necessarily about, it was just something that was insisted upon. I didn't have a choice.
I can forgive that.
Thank you. She takes your hands and holds them tight. That's more than I would have expected or even hoped for. I just wanted to see you and know that you were okay. I felt it. I knew. She looks over at Izem, who just kind of nods at her. And she says, there's a rich history here. Now that you've come back, I don't think that there would be I don't think that there would be a problem. It was just the time, it was just the time, at the time I was young. And Izem speaks up at this point. He says, she never forgave herself. She's been very sad. And he looks at her and they exchange this look. And you remember from many of the times that you were looking into your orb, you watched them fight numerous times. There were times where you remember the chain being brought up. You also remember her looking very depressed, just in general. Also interesting, the age difference between you and your siblings is there's a pretty decent gap there. There is no 18-year-old or whatever. They're 10-ish, they look like. So just numerous things that, as you're recalling the way that she has been in moments when she was alone, that support what he says. And she looks at you and is like, it's not about how I felt. But there is a rich history here. We live well in this house. This is the Westwell Manor, and we've been here for quite some time. Your sisters, Lothra and Lothra and Azemdra. Lothra is 12 and Azemdra is 10. They're very smart and they fight a lot, but they love each other very much, and they're very good at their studies. And Azemdra is very good at playing the flute. And we are painters. That's what we do. Your father and I, and you may have seen, and actually, as you're all kind of watching, but not, you can see that there are paintings that all of them are Neverwinter, and you two remember from when you were in the Red Wizard Tower. You see the very stark difference between the paintings that are done with Neverwinter in light, and it looks like those beautiful landscape of a wonderful city, the large castle of Neverwinter in the center, clouds, birds in the sky, and then the other type of paintings that are depressed and sad, with the chasm open, with the demons coming out, the darkness. You can see them all around. Like, there's not a ton of them, but there are some in this room. And
are the signatures on them different?
Yes. There. The one that has like the beautiful, like happy, joyous landscape is like this flourishing signature, and the other one is just very plain.
Is it all spiky like Donald Trump's signature?
No. So it's just kind of boring. So yes. So yeah, they will say, yeah, we are painters, and you will have seen our works about. I'm sure. We make a good living, although this that you see is not as a result of our wonderful painting skills. It is handed down money from Grampy Bren.
Grimpy Bren?
Yes, my great grandfather.
Raiding party of 20.
Welcome in.
Vancouver by night.
Hey,
Awesome,
Vancouver.
thank you.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
Yes, so she continues. Yes, great Grampy Bren. He was the. I mean, he's the reason why we have all of this. And so again, when you were born, it was very hard for him. He looked as if he had seen a ghost. It was a scary moment, and he demanded that you be taken away, that you be gone from the house. But he's the reason why everything here is here, and so I had no choice. It was this, or I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't given you away. And so, yeah.
Do you know anything about Grimpy Bren?
Yes,
Tell me about his life.
well, he was a farmer a long time ago.
Where did he get all of the money?
I don't know. That I don't know. He was very secretive about where he got all of his money, but the family, we benefited quite a bit. As you can see, we benefited from it, and he wasn't overly flashy. He wouldn't walk around town talking about it or flashing his money all around, but when he came to Neverwinter, he bought up this manor after the incident with the chasm, with the mountain, with the volcano erupting, Mount Hodnau. And then we lived here, and he died only 5 years or so ago, not that long ago. He lived a long time. He was in his 80s somewhere. A long, long life. But he was a fair man. He was very, very jovial most of the time, but he had his moments. So, where was this dying dog? This dying dog tavern?
Indeed, yes. Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Baldur's Gate.
I've never actually traveled down that way, that far. Only been to Waterdeep. I'm sorry, she looks at all of you and she's like, I can have Alyssa, have Alyssa bring food and drinks, and we'll have you here for dinner. I'm sorry, your names, I'm so sorry, I didn't get your names.
As he was one of the original ones that come through this box. Trogdor.
You're the Trogdor. You must be Erdnot Brewbottle.
Yes, madam.
Micaiah?
Exactly.
Thank you for taking care of my journey at Avadon.
Mostly she takes care of us, honestly.
She's more than capable on her own.
He's the most interesting traveling companion.
My
Hi.
child is brave and powerful.
Powerful, really. I would love to hear more. Love to hear more about that. I wouldn't doubt it. I could see it in her eyes. The moment she was born.
We'll talk more, Mom.
Mom. Mom.
She leans in and gives you a
Feet
hug.
already up on the table. It's like, which one's
She's
my
like,
room?
nope.
Did she offer for us to eat and stay here? Or
Like a
just eat?
drink. Yeah.
Oh, so just for like dinner,
Eat and yeah.
but not like to
no,
stay.
you get the
to
fuck out
Not
of my
yet.
house after that.
I couldn't-
mean, yeah. This is a big house.
Well, that's what I. But that's what I was. Did she specifically say to stay like overnight?
dinner.
Yeah, to stay. It's just kind of an open-ended stay. So, Alyssa brings some drinks in this study room, and you guys are able to spend some time. But at a certain point, while everything is getting ready for, she's like, this is, Fargrim is actually their cook, and he's making something in the kitchen. And Alyssa says that she'll get things ready, and Roz, as Izem begins to call her, Roz. For those, what was that show? Frasier fans out there. At a certain point, she takes your hand, Avadon, and she says, I would love to show you around the house. If you...
Is there a family resemblance between her and Avadon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When you look at Avadon, you see, like, the two of them standing. If she was... Roz is a human. Avadon is not. But they look almost...
I wasn't sure, like, I know, like, tieflings pop up randomly if it's, like, in the bloodline, but I don't know if, like, I didn't know if they took on, like, any of the
Family.
family
No,
traits.
she looks... that's her kid. Like, they look... in fact, as she takes her hand and, like, stands up with her, and everybody, you all look, you're like, oh, shit.
Look just like
Yeah.
With all this going on, is there a moment where like the parents aren't in the room that we're alone, like where everyone's getting everything ready, or they will?
In this moment, you have not seen Rosarel leave Avadon's side. Izem has come and gone, but he's almost like taking care of the kids and then coming back down. But Roz has not left.
Okay.
But she does.
Arik is gonna try to make. I was gonna say make eyes, but that's not the right way. Make like eye contact with Avadon and just try to be like he wants to talk to her, but not in front of the mom. Try not to be super obvious behind the mom's back while she's like cooing all.
We have a dude who can talk to people's minds.
Yeah, but Arik wouldn't think of that at the time.
This is true.
Like if the mom's here, Arik's on the other side, like just trying to,
okay.
trying to like just like 1 second, just want to talk to you for 1 second.
So Roz takes your hand to like begin leading you out of the room. She's like, I can show you around.
Just a moment. Can I meet you right outside the door? Mom?
Yes, actually. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even give you a moment. I'll be out. I'll be in the dining room, which is outside of the door, another door that attaches to this. I'll send you guys the map I made of this house. So she closes the door behind her, and you guys are in the room by yourselves.
What do you want?
First, congratulations. Something I do that just came to my mind, Avadon and everybody. Your parents seem like wonderful people. And the offer to stay here is welcome. Might not be the best idea if we're being chased by the cult. We may not want to put your family in that kind of danger.
Oh boy, I didn't even think of that.
I would hate to see anything happen after you just reconnecting with your long-lost family.
Do you think I should tell them?
No.
I don't think you should tell them, but it may not be wise to stay here at night.
And it may not be wise if they tell anyone that they've reconnected with you.
No, I never even thought of that. I put them in danger, and all they've done is welcome me in.
It's not your
I mean,
fault, Eddie.
We've kept a low profile since we've just gotten here. Chances are we'll be gone before our enemies even find out that we're here. But it's just something to think about.
Well, we won't stay the night. We can't do that. But maybe just a little while longer.
No, of course.
Absolutely.
You don't turn down dinner.
Just Especially in this kind of a place. These digs.
Where did you go?
Yeah, we were looking for you.
I forgot about that. Where were you? During this most awkward of times. I made a fool of myself in front of the
I
lady
had
of
to
the
sing a
house.
song because they didn't even know what to say. It would take it so goddamn long.
Avadon's gonna
God,
just head out the door while they're yapping.
Congratulations again, Avadon. As the cult descends upon.
They just bust through all the windows like Foot Ninja.
I was gonna see a dragon just picks up the whole matter and just carries us off.
I happened to walk by a tent. It looked extremely familiar from the one that we saw at the Harvest Festival. I couldn't help myself.
You go talk to another witch.
I talked to somebody who read my cards.
Witchery.
Ira's gonna shiver, remembering the vision that he had back at the first one. So we're agreed then, we stay for dinner?
Hey. And hit the boat in the morning.
We try and keep our fares quiet.
Alright. Before I keep forgetting, because it's been an emotional day. Here, lad. I bought this at the festival for you. You should chronicle your journeys.
Thank you. Or not, that's very kind of you. I'll make sure I write about this most happy and joyous of times. Ira's just gonna like awkwardly slide it into his pack. Like, that was a weird time to give a present. But thank you.
Keep forgetting. Should have done it 3 weeks ago.
It's understandable. We've been on quite a run. So let's not keep you any longer, Avadon. Go meet your family. Go do cool, fun things. We'll entertain
Skipping
ourselves.
around the house.
You close the door and you actually enter into a beautifully designed and decorated dining room. That is large table that seats at least 8 people. There's only 4 people that live here. 8 people.
Is it one of those wicked
all
long
the
tables where
settings.
like they sit like 6
not-
feet away from
not
each
that-
other?
not that crazy,
Even though you could fit
but-
like 20
Yeah,
seats, there's
no.
only 8.
Not that crazy, but definitely like 8
Sorry, I
people.
didn't put my hand.
There are all of the place settings are all set out like it looks like they're always set, but they are not dusty or anything. Like this room is immaculate. There are paintings. It is beautiful. There's an ornate rug on the floor. Again, it is a beautiful dining room. There's long candelabras that light up this room. And Roz is sitting at the table. She stands up immediately when you come in. And she says, I'll show you around. Everything is okay with your friends?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Just checking in with them. And Avadon's gonna be very, like, skippy. Very just like, yeah, let's go see the house.
She takes her hand, and you can see that she can't stop looking at your face. Like, she holds your hand, and then she just keeps, like, looking, and she has a smile on her face as she's looking at you. And
This makes Ira miss his family. So far away. He's like, so happy.
it's like, well, this is our the dining room. All of the place settings, they were actually.
Way to rub that.
I know, I just thought of that. I saw you, I'm sorry, I saw Pat look down at his thing and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, Zan. Whole family got wiped out. Sorry, Zan. Twice.
So
It's all good. He's like, I wish I had a family.
Being around everyone else's family is not bringing up any sort of emotion in Zan. He's just happy to be here, folks.
He's just using his quiver to just
Scream
in
into
other
the
people's
void.
heads. Dude,
There's like somebody walking by outside.
a
they're like,
random
"What the
person.
fuck is
They
that?"
just hear it in their head. They just, why am I screaming in my skull?
It started again.
It's so emotional.
So
Like, Zanny, you okay?
There's so, no,
I-
there's so
I
many
am
applications
perfectly
for that.
fine. Thank you.
Just drive you crazy with the quiver.
So she
4
points
times a
out the settings of the table, and she says, "These are actually
Just say
original
things.
from when great grandpa first got the house, and one of the first things that he bought, and they're just beautiful set. Very simple, but you can tell that they are very expensive. Like
Did you see the
dining set,
silverware
silverware
set?
and everything. She says she goes over across the doorway that you had entered from and opens up, and you're like hit in the face with like spices and really great smells. And you can see a dwarf cooking away in this kitchen. Turns around for a moment, just gives a little wave, and is like, He's got dark hair. It is long, dark brown hair. He's got one of those beards that has like it's shaved right here, like the colonel beard
Like
type
big
thing.
mutton chop. Like
Yeah,
a Fu
and
Manchu
he's just
thing.
like, she's like, this is Fargrim. Fargrim Hackshield. He is our cook and our chef, and cooks everything for us. And yes, we don't really ever come into the kitchen. This is his territory and domain, and he does his best work here, so we just leave him to it. Thank you, Fargrim. And he's just humming. She brings you back out into the main.
And Not's gonna stay in the kitchen because he has to.
No, she's
this guy
not.
to the faith.
You're in the study.
Oh,
She's
damn
only
it.
given the tour to her.
I thought we were all in the tours.
No.
I'm like, oh,
And
God says I need to convert you.
Oh.
Rx gonna be like, is there a privy, a restroom that he's gonna go use?
Assault on the sinuses. I like that.
What was it?
Somebody said an assault on the sinuses. I like that that description. So as you are, Roz is like about to close the door. You kind of peek your head in, like, hi, Fargrim, and he doesn't turn around, and you can see him shimmying his. He's doing a little dance as he hums, and you can see his like got a little badonkadonk. He's going, doo-doo, and he's short, but there's you can see his apron is tied pretty tightly around, and you're like, huh. As to a tune in his own head that he's humming to.
I'm so excited.
Just can't hide it. So Roswell brings you out across or down. She says, "This is behind this wall.
Dwarven booty.
Behind this wall is the servants' quarters. We don't go in there. Let them. Fargrim and Alyssa actually live here, and we let them have their space, and they perform all of their duties here. Across this hall, and she's holding onto your hand the whole time. This is a study, another study area. This is Izem's space, and it's facing out towards the street. And she brings you to another adjoining room that adjoins to the room that they're all in. And says, this is where we paint. This is our painting room, and it's got a big window and all their painting supplies. She brings you up the stairs and brings you on a little bit of a tour around. You can see that they have their main room. You can actually, going up the stairs, there's a balcony that looks down over into the dining room. So you can, up on that, like you just look down and there's the dining room. And then from there are additional bedrooms. She shows you, she opens up the door and you can see Izem right now is in the room with the two girls. And he's talking to them. She just peeks in a little bit and then she closes the door and is like, I hope you understand it's a lot. I had not told them about you. And I don't know why. I thought maybe when they were older or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're gonna give them a little bit of time. He's gonna speak with them, and we're gonna give them some time.
Of course.
I think they'll be okay. It's just a lot.
Of course. Now that we know each other and we're a family again, we have lots of time, loads of it, and we'll get to be so close.
Yeah. Good.
That doesn't bode well.
She did not sound excited.
Now we're gonna find out that they're gonna paralyze her and then like harvest her horns on the black market.
They try to give her away again.
It's like an aphrodisiac.
So she
Fucking
brings
rhino
you,
horns.
and she's like, I want to actually show you this too. I want to show you, I want to show you that you've never left my thoughts. You've always been with me, beyond this. And she's holding onto the locket with your little lock of hair in it. She is like, "Are you okay? We're gonna go outside. I'm gonna go grab my cloak on the way out. Are you warm?"
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'll pop my hood up.
She takes your hand. She grabs her cloak on the way out. She brings you actually back into the kitchen where like fire room is still going. Like,
Get another look.
He doesn't even take a quick peek at the.
Oh, did I miss a bum? Oh, was it good? Yeah, it was cute. It wasn't all like dimpled up or nothing.
Well, it's close, so you can't tell. But
Oh, I was gonna say he's fucking
as
just
actually
with the top.
you walk
Just
by,
apron.
I was
Just
just say as
Winnie
you
the
walk
Pooh
by,
in
he leans over a little bit, and you can see a little tuft of hair like up at the crack part. As he's like,
Ew.
It's really.
It's braided at the top.
No, I was gonna say that's what that is. That's that missing shave part right there. He doesn't grow it there, but he grows it other places.
and there's actually a
Small
door
as bag.
leading outside that she opens up and closes behind. And the moment you step out, you can see this whole backyard area is just full of these red poppies, flowers. And she brings you over, and she's like, "This is my garden. It's a little bit of a boring garden, but there's only one flower type here. But it reminded me of you, and so was all the flower I needed, and they are everywhere in this backyard." And another thing that you notice further on, so you're standing there looking at all of these flowers, and then there is a stone wall, and just beyond that you can see a trail that leads out and back, and probably I'm gonna say like 100 or so feet like out, you see this stone building, and then like little grave stones as well. And you looking up at it, it's light still. It's probably like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, like between all the talking and everything. So there is sun coming through the clouds and everything. Looking at this, it's not like creepy midnight cemetery type thing. But as you look at the flowers and then look up at this, clearly a mausoleum about 150 or so feet away, you get this sense of being drawn towards it. And Roz is looking at the flowers, and she looks up at your face, and she is like, "You feel it as well?"
Yes. What's over there?
That is that's where Grampy Bren is.
That's right.
That's where his body has been interred. That's the mausoleum where he lies.
Take me over there.
Are you sure? I've had this very dreadful feeling ever since he died. I've sometimes found myself going out there, but I don't know why. You only just got here. Are you sure you want to go over?
Let's go. Come on, Granby.
My smites do extra damage.
And you actually remember
Fist fight.
thinking back to one of the times that you looked into that ball, and you recall her giving the two girls a kiss on the forehead in their room, and then kind of heading down the stairs. She was wearing her night clothes, and it was dark in the house, and then she exited out that door and headed back into, but the vision then cycled again. Like, it took 10 minutes between all the things that she did for her to start heading in that direction. One of the times you were watching, which I don't know if you remember, but it was one of them.
Yeah.
So you remember that now, that she's been out there before. So she holds onto your hand, and you feel her kind of squeeze your hand a little bit tighter, and as you're walking in that direction, which will take you a couple of minutes, she says, he was a forceful presence, he was pretty stern, but very fair and very loving, and but very secretive as well. And I think it was to protect us all. As you can imagine, none of us really understood how we got to be here, and just very, we can hold our own as painters, but it becomes fuzzy, the history of the Bond family with him.
Fuzzy, huh?
Mm.
Well, he didn't like me, that's for sure.
I don't know that it wasn't. He didn't know you. He saw you and he was afraid. I don't know. He never spoke of you again. I was not allowed to speak of you. So, we didn't talk about it. It was very difficult not to talk about it. But Zem and I agreed. Most times we agreed not to. Anyway, these other gravestones here, and as you're walking, getting closer to the mausoleums, they're not really marked. They were here before we purchased the manor, so we don't really know who they are, but here, and as you get closer and closer, it's like this strong feeling as you approach the sealed door of the mausoleum. And Roz stops, like, before the steps that lead up to the door, and she says, this is as close as I've ever been brave enough to go.
Is it open?
Are you going?
Is it locked? Oh, yes.
Are you asking her, or are you just going up?
I'm just gonna go up.
Where are we?
You guys are inside.
Like just hanging
I'm
out.
munching
You're
on-
hanging out in the study, yeah.
Just munching on snacks.
Yeah, you've been brought drinks and food and whatnot. You're just kind of
Gummy
like
bears.
chatting.
Medieval
amongst
gummy bears.
So Avadon, you step up to the door, and Roz is kind of standing there, like wringing like her hands a little bit, and she's like, "Be careful. I know your friend said you're an adventurer, but I can't help you. I've got no skills other than with a paintbrush. I cannot help you. Just be careful. Don't fall. Don't trip."
What's in there? Only what you bring with you.
Oh yeah.
So actually, as you put your hand on the door, it just kind of slides open. And inside is completely dark, except for just a little bit of light that is coming in from behind. And in you can see a sarcophagus that is in the center of this mausoleum. It is a mausoleum that is only meant to house one person, or at least that is what it seems. So it's not a huge building, probably about the size of the space that we're in right now, not this whole thing, but the space. And in the center is this sarcophagus. And as you step in, you can see immediately that it is wrapped in chains. It doesn't appear natural. If you're in a supernatural world, you would know. This stone sarcophagus is wrapped with multiple chains all around it. Underneath, they are thick, they are rusted, and you can see the shape of the sarcophagus. You can see peeking in the stone, and that there's that, like, that chiseled, like a human looking up or whatever.
Death shroud. Is that what that?
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's what you like cover them with.
Yeah, and it is wrapped entirely in these chains. And sitting on top of it is a small box. It is red, and it has these ornate designs in it's a wood box, probably about this size, like it fits in your hand, and that is what you see. It is clearly there's an ornate design, and Roz is looking at you and she says, "What do you see? What's in there?"
Can I pick it up?
You step
Okay.
over.
Yeah, I wanna
You
pick it
have that sense of wanting to pick it up as you walk over, and it doesn't take much for Avadon, but you take your hand.
I know I shouldn't.
Is it shiny at all?
No, it's not. It's beautifully
Well,
like
she's not gonna pick it up.
like there's like it almost looks like it's wood burned like with these.
No. It's one of those things
Ornate
that
designs.
you know you shouldn't pick up, so Avadon's gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
It says "Do not touch," and she's like, "Whoop."
I'm not touching it.
So she picks up this this box, and you get this like warmth from it that you are familiar with as being like an item that is full of some kind of that comes from the weave and or is connected to the weave in some way. And you just have this box in your hand, and up at the top of it, as you're turning it in your hands, it looks like just a regular, almost like a jewelry box, like one that if you opened there would be music or something playing in it. But at the top of it, you see an engraving, and it looks like two chain links that are connected to each other.
Is this the Lamech configuration from Hellraiser? The little puzzle box?
That's exactly
Like,
what I was thinking.
I've
Like,
never
I
seen
am-
Hellraiser, so.
I am like so scared right now.
Like,
Just
a bunch
talking
of
about
gross shit is about to happen.
It's change, a mausoleum in this little box. And it has engravings, and before we know it, people's skin's gonna get ripped off.
And as you're holding on, like you pick up this box and you're looking at it, and then you look at that like chain link that is engraved on it, and you hear come from the sarcophagus. You hear this. Like an exhale, and then that's it.
Now you have another ghost.
And Razarel is like,
What was that creepy noise?
can
Is
Can
it
you-
done, dark sir?
you come out of there? Can you come out of there?
Avadon will tuck the box in her bag before coming out, and then yep, I'm coming along.
Like Ducky from Nancy Four
Make
Counties.
make a sleight of hand
That's
check.
so Avadon.
Yep.
Yep.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, which one of us is Petrie then?
I smell.
I love Lightning Four Times. You know who else saves Petrie? Me when I roll a nat 1 using that fucking sword.
Did you say
As he turns
sleight
into
of
a total
hand?
coward.
15.
Nice. She's in the dark. Would she get advantage or anything? No.
And Roz is like, did you see anything?
Well, I heard something, Mom. Let's close it up. It's too weird.
Yeah, I agree. Did you feel anything? As you're closing up the mausoleum, you close the thing, it goes, closes behind you.
Well, that. What do you mean?
Well, I've been coming out here. I've just had this sense of like being drawn here ever since, well, not too long after Grampy died. I felt like I was being called here, and I could only ever be brave enough to come right here, right where I'm standing, but it would keep me up some nights. I had a lot of trouble sleeping, and I felt like I needed to come to this place, but never muster up the courage to go any further. But I feel better now that you're here.
Has
feel
Dad ever felt that way?
No. I'll tell you something interesting about our family. So you'll notice that our name is Bond, and Izem has taken that name, Bond. That was not his original name. He was Izem Richseeker. His family is miners. And he was kind of kicked out a little bit by his father, who was disappointed that he turned out to be an artist, a painter. You know, what good is that? You're supposed to be in the mines. But we connected on that, on the painting. And when we decided to marry, Grampy Bren insisted that he take our name. And actually, my mother, your grandmother, I was named after her. Her name was Rosarelle as well. We're not overly creative with names for some reason, but when she married, she also her husband had to take the Bond name as well. It was a thing Crappy said we had to do. So whenever someone marries into this family, they must take the name. I'm sure you've seen traditionally, or at least in some parts of the Sword Coast, you take the man's name, typically. But not in our family. Everyone becomes a Bond.
Very
And
strange.
if you are not willing to do it, then you are not allowed to become part of the family. Not you, I mean those marrying it.
Rampy had a lot of rules.
Yes, he did. And he was always carrying around this box, this red box. He had a lot of rules, he had a lot of secrets. He wouldn't let us near it. It was always with him. It looked boring to me. One day when I was young, I snuck in and lifted it up, and I opened it and there was nothing inside. So I didn't understand why he was so protective over this empty box, but
There was nothing in it when you opened it up.
nothing.
And then
It didn't make any noise when he walked with it. It was always just with him. And when he died, he insisted that it be interred in his sarcophagus with him as well. So that's
Everyone's gonna touch it. The outside of it. Just hold it.
it was the one thing he insisted that he be buried with. That box. But
Very strange.
yeah, very interesting. But we've been away from your friends long enough. I think let's go see if Fargrim has made some dinner and we can chat.
Just in the study getting hammered. Just having a rage. You're just wrecking these poor nice people's homes.
I feel a lot better. I feel so much better now with you here. That feeling has just gone away. It must be because you're here.
You mean it just went away now?
Yeah. I feel like everything I needed, I no longer need to search for. Because you're here.
Enjoy your new curse.
And as she takes her hand, leads you back in through the kitchen where Fargrim is just rocking out to his own beat.
Remember those dancing sunflower seeds? Sunflowers, remember those motorized ones? You would say something, it would be
The
like,
California raisins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the sunflower seed would move and sing.
This is where we will stop. And we'll find out. Hopefully you guys get on that boat next session.
Next session.
What's in the box? Alric
Nothing. We
doesn't
just heard that.
the chain links and the
Well,
coffin covered in chains.
Now the evil box can talk to the cursed sword and the evil
there you
bloodthirsty sword. We're just collecting evil shit.
Huh?
So
Yeah,
thank
I
you so
said
much,
that. I know,
everybody,
it's the
for
first
hanging
time.
out with us. This is the Bums of Greenest for those who are new. Thank you for the raid, Vancouver by Night. We appreciate that so much. Congratulations to That Gamer Share for winning our BD&D sponsored giveaway today. We're gonna have other giveaways. I got a bunch of stuff. I got some really cool stuff from the Compound Network. We are going to raid next.
For the new people,
Session.
we want to reiterate how to enter the monthly giveaway for the dice made by Almost Critical.
Sure. For new people, reiterating how you can enter into the giveaway. Use your channel points. You can become a patron at any of our tiers. It starts at $1 a month, and you get an automatic entry every month. Or you can engage in our Discord, and you will be given entries based on the level that you reach. So the more you engage, the more entries that you get. And we gave away our last dice set last week. The next one will be in January. It is a very festive set that you've probably seen below me. Actually, it is up right now as I'm talking. This is the set. Beautifully done. I have not yet seen them in person, but I will. And yeah, that is looking like it's it. So we are going to read we are going to.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna raid.
We are going to
I
I
don't
like that
see.
the highest number is the red. That's really cool.
I don't see that any of our team rolling together people are up, but I do see that the stream of many things is up. So we are going to raid the stream of many things.
Let's do
That's a great name.
It is.
Sounds
It's a
fun.
fabulous name.
Let's go.
And we appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for coming with us. Thank you for raiding. And we will see you tomorrow for Midnight Monday. And where we continue with our wonderful, beautiful moderator, Cheese Cat, who is directing her very own story. And then on Tuesday, we will continue, I believe, with Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated. So that will be some fun as well. And
I need to stop
that's all I got.
procrastinating
So-
and set that up.
thank you, everybody,
Bye,
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out,
You
everyone.
here.
Thanks.
with our 26 raiders.
Let's do it.
26
Thanks for hanging.
All right, it's not letting me press.
So, I
it,
hope people
so
know that when they
thank
do
you.
all that stuff, like it doesn't cost anything. They don't have to do anything except for just like type in the things. You know what I mean? Like you don't even